right, Joey Buttafuoco's Body Hair Club for Men.
Where is he now?
I hesitate to take a guess. Possibly some federally maintained facility. I don't know. That could be anything. Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Hello, Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Hello, Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I am Chick McGee. And here is Tom. Hi, how are you?
Holding up how many fingers?
5.
Because?
That's the funniest number.
No, because today Ace is doing 5 Ace Cosby jokes of the day, remember?
That's not necessary, is it?
I wish I'd lived to see it. Wait a minute. Oh. Is that right?
Yeah. I think
All right.
We're going to have some fun today.
Chick. Prepare.
Oh, I'm preparing.
Also coming up today, it'll be Allie Breen and Sexy Time. Oh, yeah. Certainly looking forward to that. We have a lot of mail. Got some trucker requests we're going to get in here today.
Oh, yeah?
Once again, saying hello to all the great truckers out there.
I like to hear Willin'. You want to play Willin'?
Oh, I love that song. Lowell George, Little Feet. Oh, great tune.
I'd rather hear...
I've been from, what is it, Tucson to Tucumcari, Hatchapee to Tonopah.
Shut up.
Right.
Driven every kind of rig
you.
that's ever been made. Oh, sorry.
Well, you're
Take the
starting,
back road so you don't get weighed?
Yeah.
starting on his side today, are you?
Oh, I just like that song, yeah.
Spanish Moon. Let's play that.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Spanish Moon? Put Spanish Moon up here, boy.
That is good.
Now, we were talking about this off the air yesterday.
Spanish Moon.
We got talking about, I think Willie and I were talking about The Sopranos for some reason. And
Because it's the thing you do with your son, okay?
but I was saying,
It's a bonding.
Famously, it ends with a Journey song, the famous ending of The Sopranos. It's not a spoiler by any means.
Right.
The song just prior to that one, in that episode, I believe, is a Little Feet tune. So there we go.
I love it.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I like so many things about what you just did. I like every time you use the word tune, I love it.
It's a tune.
I love it. And it's obscure.
that's
And
right.
I don't know what you want out of us. I'm guessing you gotta be.
No. I was underscoring Josh's love for that great band. For those of you not familiar with them,
I did not know until right now he liked Little Feet. But
I like them. But that song has been done by 15 different people.
never better than by Lowell George.
Do they spell it F-E-A-T?
Yes.
So is it like little feature kind of? Is that what it's?
Lowell George had
That
very
little
tiny.
achievement.
He had very tiny feet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Seriously.
Wait, so you're saying it's
What?
F-E-E-T?
No, but it was the same way like the Beatles did the B-E-A-T.
I'm going to tell this story because it's the truth, and he can get mad if he wants. But Gary Valentine was here one morning.
Yeah.
Nice guy?
Okay. He's Kevin James's brother, right?
A really nice guy.
So we're talking. I thought he's a nice guy. We're talking about shoes, and I say, you know me. I'm going. What size shoe you wear? And he goes, 9. And I go, he goes, what? What? You think I got small feet? And then he didn't speak to me the rest of the night.
He was a really nice guy.
That's small.
I found him delightful.
Yeah.
Don't
I'd love to
insult
meet
a
him.
man's foot size.
No? All right.
You cannot discuss Mr. Valentine's foot size. When he comes into the
Well,
studio,
I know that now.
There are certain things that people are asked not to discuss. A 9 is certainly acceptable.
Yeah, it's all
weird.
right. It's not like a 7.
You know, like Lil George is like a 4 or something.
I
Little
don't
teeny
think
little
that's
feet.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he's like a little wobbly guy.
wait, so there's a guy in Little Feet named Little George?
No, Lowell.
Oh, you can see the confusion and all that.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Wait, how do you, is it like Lowell, like L-O-L, like L-I-L? like
Lowell.
That's my grandfather's name.
Lowell?
Yes.
That's a nice name for an old man.
Isn't Lowell, sadly,
Lowell
no
and
longer with us.
Dorothy.
His father was the furrier to the stars in Hollywood.
See, what's a furrier? You keep
It's-
telling these
They
stories.
make fur
Well,
coats.
it's a business that's right now probably fading a little bit.
Yeah, it struggles.
With the anti-fur people. But wait a minute. This is a little bit of all live feed.
I don't know any Little Feet songs, Willie.
Good stuff.
Here it comes.
None.
Here it comes. Get ready.
You know the song, Wellen.
No.
They have
What song is this?
Spanish Moon.
live. It's a great band.
They agree with you that they're.
Yeah, one of the greatest live bands of all time. Their album, Waiting for Columbus, is considered to be in the top 10
Oh, boy. Sorry. My
rock
fault.
album.
Hang on.
Run it back.
Run it back.
They've got a great
Run it
song.
back.
They have a great song called Skin It Back. You know what that's about, Christy?
I have no idea.
Skin,
Oh, uncircumcised?
Yeah, good hint, Pat.
I didn't say that.
That was not Pat.
Yeah, way to
Who
go,
was
Pat.
that? Oh, it was Jet.
Pat, you heard him.
It was
Childish and crass.
Don't lie out of
is
this,
what it
Goblin.
was.
Don't send me to the principal.
It's about yes, it would be about an uncircumcised male member.
Oh.
Skin it back. I imagine a preliminary activity to some sort of intimacy. I'm not exactly sure.
Neither.
Not being a possessor of a uncircumcised. Well, coming up in the news, we have
Glands.
we have maybe we should get like a special intro for dicks in the news.
People
Today,
who
yeah, today
are,
it's Kim Jong-un. Have you seen this story?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a dick artist.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're going to love this one. I just, you think Putin's a jackass.
I do.
This may be just the warm up.
Okay.
With what's the latest coming out of North Korea. Also, we have a very interesting thing in the world of music, since we're talking about great music. Did you see the guy chugging the beer during the guitar solo I sent you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
There's a coda to that.
Okay.
And an interesting story about what was happening before and after.
Huh.
And it's a guy. Did you ever see that video, Willie? The guy's.
No, is he actively playing guitar while chugging a beer?
Yeah, but so he's doing it hands free.
You would have thought the guy was splitting the atom the way Tom sent the video.
No, chick, you gotta love
like
this
10
stuff.
times if you send
chugging a
me
beer
any-
during the guitar solo.
And he sent it again
Yeah,
yesterday.
he did.
What about chugging a beer during the ball game? The guy's holding his baby. You like that one? I love that
How
one.
about a little moderation and not chugging beers? How about that?
Bird, chick?
Okay, Mr. Pussy.
Whoa.
What are we going to talk about? Sports,
yes.
of course.
Hi, I'd like a large pepperoni and cheese pizza. Name? Pussy. I'll have you know it's Mr. Pussy.
And it's not Harry. It's Harold.
No, Harold. Please.
Harold Pussy.
Mr. Pussy.
I like that name.
So, yeah, we got a really cool story about that coming up.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Pat?
He's a big man.
You have a story about that chugging the beer, don't you?
Yeah, well, there's a sequel. And I've got a great story about a beer chugging thing involving one of the great bands. Speaking of great bands, it's a Van Halen story.
Okay.
With starring one of the Van Halen brothers.
Yeah, they're in
This
it.
guy in Nashville, not only does he chugs the beer and finishes it, then he uses it as a slide.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
plays a
super
little bottle
cool.
slide for a second.
It's kind of a Lowell George tribute.
Badass.
Lowell, of course, famous for his slide
Some
guitar
people
playing.
never grow up. I remember my first beer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic. What else is coming up in sports?
That's a great question. I wonder who we can ask about. Oh, hey, Dub Nation represented yesterday at the White House. President Joe Biden welcomed the Golden State Warriors, champions of last year's NBA season. Biden says the team reflects America through its style of play.
What?
This is one of those speech. You think I'd be a good speechwriter? Be honest.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah?
would be.
I'd throw some jokes in there.
Yep.
You know,
Make it interesting.
is my fly open?
Mr. President, who is Harold Pussy?
Harold Pussy.
Mr. McGee wrote this. I
I'd
have
like
no
to-
idea.
I'd like to
He's
thank-
the coach of the Golden State Warriors.
I'd like to thank my speechwriter, Harold Pussy. Came up with all this.
How about you be speechwriter and I be press secretary? I'd love to
there
be
you
press
go.
secretary.
Do they
Yeah.
pre-read those, or do they just
No,
Go at it.
How on
Cold
earth?
copy.
How is this team like America? May I ask? This seems like a bit of a stretch.
They're hogging all the superstars, making it hard for the younger teams to do anything good.
I will tell you.
I knew that would be your take.
So Willie, wait a minute.
You're a millennial.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, get out of the way, Dad. This is my show.
Do you want?
That's
you
not
want to
right.
hear? No. That's
Coming up.
Can we go back to Josh as press secretary? I just like the idea. Hey, would you get real jobs, you losers? I mean, seriously. Do something, an honest living.
Here's
You
how
thought that was a good question, did
the
you?
Golden State Warriors are like America. They are in constant motion with individual freedom and personality that comes together as one team, a team that plays with joy, with drive to be their best.
Not bad.
That sounds like something I would have written in college.
That's a little filler, but it's
they
not
usually
bad.
A little filler. It's total BS. It could apply to anything.
That's a speechwriter's job. That's what they do.
Yeah, that phrase.
exactly what they
That whole
do.
thing was speechified.
Yeah.
Why are they just now having them there.
They do that.
Wait a whole year?
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's not
Only
quite
certain administrations allow the teams to come in,
I know
and then vice versa.
It is
the teams
confusing.
will only go to certain administrations.
With the NBA,
you're right, yeah.
because the championship is in July, I think, June or July, and then the season starts right up again in August.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It's like 5 minutes.
Well, they're probably, I assume they're on a road trip playing somewhere nearby.
Yeah, they played the Wizards the night before. Yeah.
Formerly the Bullets.
All makes perfect
Whoops.
sense.
But might want to change the name of that team.
Baltimore Bullets. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wes Unseld. Man, that was a great team.
Right now,
Rafael Nadal has pulled out of the Australian Open.
Boris Becker should have pulled out a few years back.
There we go.
Would have
Tennis
been in
interrupt
prison.
us.
Let's move forward here. We got a couple things going on. More sports coming up, and we'll explain this cool guitar solo thing. The Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. What's this all about? Well, it's about a revolution in therapy because it's all done online. You can get hooked up with the BetterHelp folks. Well, they've hooked up, put it this way, 3 million people with licensed therapists. The beauty of this is it's obviously very convenient and it's accessible anywhere because, like I said, it's 100% online. So you want to be at your best and do great things. And right now, I think a lot of us are kind of bogged down or just overwhelmed. It's hard to even turn on the television set and go, well, there are 1,000 channels. I don't know what to watch. That's kind of an analogy to what might be happening in your head right now. So a great way to get things sorted out is through therapy. Think of giving BetterHelp a try. Once again, extremely flexible and convenient because it's online and very affordable. What you do is you fill out a brief questionnaire. You'll get matched with a licensed therapist. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So if you'd like to live a more empowered life, therapy may be for you through BetterHelp. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. And it's, once again, at betterhelp.com/BT Show. The /BT Show part gets 10% off your first month. Once again, it's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT Show. Coming up, we've got everything from mice to people in the trunk, a dog stuck in a tree, why musicians are desirable to date. Christy, you want to take that one? Okay, and a bookstore story that has Christy just seething.
Yes.
That and some other cool stuff coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. It is Wednesday, January 18th. Thanks so much for joining us on the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Our guests today include Jessica Alsman from the Bits and Pieces podcast. I'll be telling you all about that podcast, how you can download it for free later. Well, I'll just tell you now. Go to bobandtom.com/podcast. That was easy. Also, comedian relationship expert Allie Breen going to be joining us today. Get your letters to her at alliebreen.com, ALLIBREEN, alliebreen.com. Also across all social media, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, you name it, Instagram. I just did. Allie Breen is there. You can send your letters in. Dear Allie, Tom likes to call it sexy time, and that's coming up later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed. Actor Jeremy Renner says he's out of the hospital after being treated for serious injuries from that snowplow accident. In response to a Twitter post Monday about his TV series Mayor of Kingstown, Renner tweeted that other than the brain fog that remains, he's very excited to watch the next episode with his family at home. Authorities in Nevada say Renner suffered serious chest injuries when he was run over by his own snowplow while helping free a relative's car on a road near Lake Tahoe on New Year's Day. As you recall, they had a large amount of snow in a short amount of time. The 52-year-old Oscar nominee also plays Hawkeye in Marvel's Avengers movies. Millions of Chinese taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day, which falls on Sunday. In December, China abruptly dropped near-daily coronavirus testing and the QR code monitoring of residents after public frustration boiled over into protests. This month, it dropped most remaining restrictions, including the demand that overseas travelers must go into lengthy and expensive quarantine. That also increasing the travel for the Lunar New Year holidays. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out this magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Man, there's a lot of fortune in the Baker name, Christy.
Is there?
Well, first there was Betty Baker, NASCAR driver.
Sure.
And then Ginger Baker, he got hired on, drummer for Creams.
Right.
And then Dusty Baker, he won World Series.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
We're on a hot streak. The fact remains, I've sort of stained the Baker name of late, and I've got a confession I want to make right here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Okay.
Yeah?
What's that?
I'm hooked on fentanyl.
Oh, no.
Fentanyl, this pork in your crouch. Swear to God. Hey, Chick, can I get a tape of that?
Yeah, on the way.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, good morning, honey. What you doing?
Oh, it's this darn coffee maker. It's on the fritz again. You know I can't start my day without a cup of coffee.
Hey, don't worry. I've got just what you need.
Really? What is it?
It's the new coffee-flavored bubble gum from the Blowzuka Gum Company, and it's loaded with caffeine. Here, try a piece.
This is great. And it tastes like coffee. What's it called?
It's called Blow Java.
Blow Java. There's so much flavor. It's like an explosion in my mouth.
You bet. There's nothing like a Blow Java first thing in the morning.
It's the coffee-flavored gum. Blow Java. Blow Java. Open wide, stick out your tongue. Blow Java. Blow Java.
You can chew, but please don't bite. And if you swallow, it's all right.
Blow Java. Blow Java, the coffee-flavored bubblegum. Also available in mocha, cappuccino, and our most popular flavor, Latte.
Honey, I just love Blow Java.
I can tell. Look at the size of that wad in your mouth.
Hey, look, I'm blowing a bubble. Look, I've got gum all over my face.
Wait, let me take a picture.
There's caffeine in every bite. Blow Java. Blow Java.
Chew a wad, but not in haste. Sorry about that salty taste.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold's over there.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk. Such as it is, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Christy, you got the bangs cut, I can tell.
Yes, I did.
You look very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, posted a lovely picture yesterday on your Instagram.
Yeah, because I knew it would only last for 5 minutes.
You got limp hair? What's going on over there?
Well, she curled it after she cut it. I'm like, why are you bothering? But this is what happens.
It looks very nice.
Falls down.
Looks very nice.
Perhaps you need a hairdresser every morning to come in to do your hair.
No. Oh, that'd be nice.
Tom will get a driver, you get a hairdresser.
No. Got a special request before we get back to the action here. Pat, you got your stuff ready?
Ready to go.
This comes to us from Gabe. And Gabe, I'm not going to read your whole letter, but I'm glad you're doing well, Gabe.
Oh, jeez.
And no, he's going through a rough spot right now. It's fine.
What operation?
No, I deliberately stated I am not going to point out his particular issue.
Money trouble.
Hope he's all right.
Gabe says, "Hello, fellow goofballs."
Delusions.
Yes. When not having psychotic episodes, Gabe likes. No. Sorry. Gabe is fine.
Okay, good.
Gabe, among other things, he's just changed schools, and it's a little bit rocky right now. So, Gabe, he wants to hear this. I love this song. This is a new one from Pat. And the background on this, and I've only been to Costco once as a guest of someone. I need to join up.
Well, I'm not going to Costco the first time by myself. I will tell you that.
No, it's just not a thing. It's just not something I've done. But once I was there, I realized, my God, this is amazing.
I bet you already remember. I bet you that Kelly has one.
No, she may. I don't know.
In his wallet right now, there's a Costco card.
She may, you don't know.
No idea.
Are you aware that she does not like to shop with me at all?
You're terrible to shop with.
Wait a minute. Let's start a list of things she doesn't like to do with you.
Okay, spending time.
Shopping.
You're bad at shopping. You have no spatial awareness. You just walk right through people.
I am the most. I love grocery shopping, as you know.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of grocery stores, and I'm just not very efficient. I will be in the store for an hour buying stuff and
staring. I bet you stare a lot.
I was in the store Sunday, and I walked around the corner, and this couple was shopping, and the man goes, "Oh, wait, I'm going to go back and grab that peanut butter." And I looked at her, I go, "That's why I come alone." And she laughed so hard. She goes, "I try."
She does not.
Aren't men stupid and dumb?
What a bunch of bumbling buffoons.
How do we even get up in the morning and put our clothes
I'd like
on?
to see what credit card went through that cashier's hands.
You just buy stuff we don't need.
What is it, Tim Allen's old joke on stage? Yeah, men are dumb. It's a shame we own everything.
No, the point is she does not like to grocery shop with me. That's fine.
I can understand.
But I know I did. I one time went into Costco, and then I ended up buying a pair of very nice sunglasses as I was there. As I was exiting.
They do have a
How
nice
about that?
sunglasses.
They do.
Some nice Ray-Bans.
Audio equipment.
But now, Pat, you have experience to the Costco. The bulk buying, and you wrote a nice song. And Gabe, who needs a little cheering up today, we're on your side here, Gabe. You go, man. This is for Gabe.
Okay, this is for
Lost
Gabe.
his job.
He did not lose his job.
I thought he was sick.
He's changing schools right now. Okay?
There's a missing Pat involved. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
Get better, Gabe.
He wasn't in Idaho recently, was he?
No, there are no pets missing. He's Gabe. I'm so sorry. I should have used a fake name. Glad I didn't mention your last name.
Wilson? Is it Wilson?
No.
Okay.
He's a real Costco man, sitting in his minivan, making all his shopping plans for Saturday. Doesn't have a single clue who needs this much super glue, buying in bulk for his family. Costco man buys pliers, bacon, milk, and tires. Costco man, it's time to renew your membership plan. He's as cheap as he can be. Samples meant his lunch was free. Costco man ate free sausage and cheese balls. Who needs this many oversized cans? Nobody. Who needs this much peanut butter? Nobody.
Oh, what a nice tribute to both the Beatles and to Costco.
If you were a Costco member, you would have saved 28 cents a gallon on gas yesterday.
Again, I need to go get my membership in, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll certainly look forward to that. Thank you very much, Pat. Gabe, have a great day today, sir.
Yeah, Gabe.
Yes.
You're doing fine. We're on your side.
Hope you find your turtle, man.
Couldn't have gone far.
Oh, I lost his turtle.
He did not lose a turtle.
Gosh.
I heard he lost a turtle.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's really sad.
And the turtle's name is Shelly, which is cute.
Oh.
It's so cute. And
I think all turtles have to be named Shelley, right?
Or Sheldon.
Like Wally Gator.
Many. We turn now to the sports page, again, as it's often described, such as it is. What's happening over there?
Yeah, President Biden welcomed the Golden State Warriors to the White House yesterday, and he got a jersey. It said number 46 on it.
Do they have a hoop at the White House?
Yeah, right there where the bowling alley used to be. Remember?
I think Barack played, didn't he?
Clooney would play.
Yeah.
Not at the White House, though.
Yeah. It's out in the back. Out behind the Rose Garden, over there by the dumpsters. Yeah. Over there by the shredder.
And it's one of those adjustable ones, so you can bring it down to like 6 feet.
And it rolls so they can move it in around in case people
so when
come.
like Kevin Hart shows up.
Sure. Yeah.
Barack will get mad at his staff members, just posterize them.
If you're playing against former President Obama, I mean, come on. Are you going to give him a little slack? You're not going to charge him and knock him down, right?
Oh, I
think it depends on who you ask.
He's making you call your own fouls. If you want to call the foul, just call it, all right? Call it if you want to. If you
I was just thinking of that. Remember back in the day when I used to play basketball? Foul, I was that guy. If I'd missed a shot, foul, I got the foul. You fouled me. Come on. I was that guy. Yeah. Never missed a shot. If I did, it was because I was fouled.
Our current president is doing what now?
He's drawing the simile between the Golden State Warriors and the United States of America.
If you were playing Barack Obama instead of if he were, let's say he were going for a 3 or whatever, would you just be birth certificate?
Trying to throw him off.
Can you?
Josh, I told
Pictures of you smoking pot.
Obamacare. Your daughter's hot. just totally.
Michelle's long drink water, isn't she?
Your wife eats pizza behind your back. She's bulimic.
We know you still smoke.
Then you're just audited as you're leaving the White House.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, he would sneak some cigs. He talked about it.
Yeah.
And Clinton too smoked, right? Secretly.
Hey, look, whatever a president has to do to relax.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't care what affiliation you have, Republican, Democrat, or whatever.
Yeah.
If the president wants to grab a couple of quick tugs on a Winston because he's worried about the nuclear codes, okay with me.
Yeah, let him think for a second.
I wonder which president smoked the most. My guess is Eisenhower.
That's a great question.
He smoked filterless Camels, right?
Truman smoked the most.
He did?
Yeah, smoked Japan.
What day was that?
What?
I liked it.
It's history. Look it up.
Coming up this summer, the Oppenheimer movie.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. No, is it this summer or next summer?
This summer.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I'm watching Peaky Blinders right now with Cillian Murphy. I can't get again. Wow, that's a good show. See, what it is, Tom, is that they all come back from World War I in 1919.
Golden State Warriors did what now?
Yeah, we were.
Biden said that the Golden State Warriors, much like America, show constant motion with individual freedom and personality that comes together as one team that plays with joy and drive to be their best.
All right.
That is so generic and would apply to everything except for curling.
Curling? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with curling?
Well, first off, it would be a prime minister meeting the world champion curling team. It wouldn't be.
We have American
president.
curlers. They did very well. I'm just saying in terms of ethnic diversity, it's not like,
My apologies to all the American curlers.
Yeah. Do you think someone's going to get angry and come brooming Josh in the face over here?
You're the one who started. The things you worry about.
No, I'm just saying.
We have a curling place that just opened up north of here. If
You may
like
find
to
this
go
hard.
curling.
My mother was a curler.
Oh, yeah, she was quite the athlete, wasn't she?
My mother was a terrific athlete.
Yeah, softball, and spent a lot of time with the ladies.
Yeah, that's
here
right.
we go.
Did you have a handful of quote-unquote ants?
Oh, yeah. Several of them.
A lot of patchouli around the house.
My mother was an excellent field hockey
Drove a
player.
Hyundai.
Oh, field hockey, too, there, chick. How about that? Yeah.
Wow.
The larger point here
Own some
is
Birkenstock. A couple of Harleys in the garage.
this is extraordinarily generic BS from the president.
Slept with women?
And this would have been the same crap from any. I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but this team is
what
just like
presidents do.
America. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. This is what presidents do.
Yes.
And my boy, Rex Chapman, he's a good
I love him.
Twitter follow. He Mr. Basketball in Kentucky. He's amazing. He used to play for the Charlotte Hornets. He got invited yesterday to the White House because, follow me the way I'm going to drift, Steph Curry's dad and Chapman used to play basketball together. And Rex put up a picture of Steph Curry when he was, I don't know, 3 or 4, and he's adorable. And Rex told the story of it. Yeah, I was playing basketball with this guy and my friend. And he had a baby, and it turned out to be Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Biden plays basketball.
Does he?
Yeah, he has a hoop right next to his garage. You have to move a lot of file boxes, but
Yeah.
I have a good time playing.
What class are these? Oh, classified. Oh, sorry.
Walk up these boxes makes it easier to dunk. Yeah.
I don't think there's a hoop at the White House, though. I think they had to.
There's got to be some. They have one that wheels out, I'm sure.
There should be. Why wouldn't there be a basketball hoop?
There was a pool that Kennedy allegedly pollinated Marilyn Monroe in a lot, and then didn't I think Nixon covered it with a bowling alley?
Okay,
covered the pool.
When I moved to San Diego, I bought one. I bought a basketball hoop that you fill the base with water and you can roll it around.
Oh, sure,
right.
I lived at the end of a cul-de-sac, so I first I'm shooting hoops. The San Diego sunshine. Go in the house, go to bed, wake up the next morning, hoop, gone!
Oh, man!
Gone!
Somebody stole it?
Somebody stole the hoop. Oh. So I don't know. My question is, did they empty all the water out to make it easier to steal, or did they just go? Just put it in the truck.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I don't exist. All right.
No, that's a very exciting story. What a stunner! I'm surprised that where you were living. I'm surprised someone wasn't living in the hoop.
I lived in
dropping deuces on your front lawn.
Carlsbad, Mister. It's a very nice area. You can see the ocean. If you bent over and tilted your head and looked around the corner, you could see the ocean.
Really?
Cool. Oh, it's very nice. They call it oceanfront.
Apparently, the White House, they would wheel out a portable basketball hoop on the White House tennis court.
Yeah, you thought I was lying?
Cool. What did we just...
God,
there's video.
You didn't mention the tennis court.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like talking to a wall.
You said they wheeled it out into the Rose Garden and they were trying to play on the grass.
Please, somebody who knows the logistics or whatever you want to say of the White House where things are, please tell me the Rose Garden is right beside the tennis court. Please tell me that.
That'd be a beautiful spot for it.
Yeah, right?
You're the president. You know how people shoot a 3-ball and they yell Kobe or something? If you're president, you yell drone strike and just drop it right in there.
Didn't Melania get rid of the Rose Garden? She did something different, right?
Who?
Melania?
Melania.
I call her Melania.
What?
I don't know that she got rid of them.
Oh.
We'll have to look. Any first ladies have, they redecorate rather.
Well, the one who redecorated was Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that Melania, she redecorates.
Michelle is the wife.
I thought they pulled the roses out and planted apples, peaches, and pumpkin pie.
No, Clinton planted marijuana.
Man, that's a great song. Apple, peaches, pumpkin pie.
There shouldn't there be a reality show where they take from remaining living presidents and they all have to live in the White House together for 1 month?
Oh gosh!
Oh, like the Heisman House.
I don't know.
No, Nissan has these series of commercials where all the college football players who won Heisman's. They all live together in the Heisman House. So they're all doing funny things and trying to interact. And
they pose a lot.
And Steve Spurrier comes on, and it's very awkward because nobody remembers who he is or if he did win the Heisman. But
is OJ in there?
OJ was not asked to participate.
Oh, he wasn't.
Yeah. No, but they took Reggie Bush's Heisman. Isn't that interesting? But OJ can keep it. No. Fred, has his Heisman. That's right.
Okay. Now, so we've got Steph Curry. And the Warriors are at the White House yesterday.
And Steph Curry was a baby.
Right. Okay.
Not when he was at the White House.
No. He started out as a baby.
Okay.
Did they shoot some hoops together? That would have been fun.
Don't think so. They were all wearing their suits.
I think Barack would have shot some hoops.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't know who, look this up, Willie, who won the NBA championship when Obama was in the White House. I don't know if they visited or not. I'm sure they did.
There's no way they didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a lot of Lakers and Celtics championships at that time. I'm sure they did.
12 to... what was it?
Here's what I would have done.
What would you have done?
As you know, I just saw the Harlem Globetrotters the other day.
Yes.
I absolutely loved it. Wouldn't it have been really cool if, unannounced, you're at a Globetrotter event, and while he was president, Obama comes out. They're whistling "Sweet Georgia Brown," and he just nails a 3. Can you imagine?
And then just leaves.
It'd be the greatest publicity in the history of the presidency.
I thought you were going to say, in honor of the Harlem Globetrotters, somebody on the Warriors yesterday took a bucket of confetti or water to the White House.
That would have been great.
How about that?
Heaved a bucket. Of course, he would have been tackled by the Secret Service. And he was being subdued. They broke his arm. Oh, they thought it might have been lethal. Turned out it was just confetti. These are all great ideas.
More sports coming up, including a world record. What do they call a woman beekeeper?
A woman beekeeper.
That's right, a beekeeper.
Oh.
And we'll have tennis. And does Brandon Staley, the coach of the Chargers, still have a job?
And I guess what we're all trying to say in this break is that when it comes to politics in the White House, we just want more antics.
More fun.
More silliness happening.
I want politics to be more like a real world road rules vibe.
That's right.
If you remember that MTV reality show.
Like
more shenanigans in the White House, please.
Like a whoopee cushion?
Remember,
oh, yeah.
Am I correct in
Food
saying
fights.
no president has ever worn sunglasses as much as Biden?
He's kind of famous.
He's always wearing aviator shades.
Yes.
Garfield wore Wayfarers, I think.
Oh.
James Abram Garfield or the cat?
Abram Garfield.
Okay.
But both are very funny to imagine wearing the sunglasses.
Do you remember Leslie Nielsen would go on talk shows with a remote control fart sound?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you go to the White House? But he would start out talking seriously.
And he'd answer and just kind of wait for the interviewer to
think like, what the hell is going on here?
I wanted to discuss Middle East security. We have. I'm so sorry. The Palestinians were approaching the. That's the Yasser Arafat sound effect.
You know where you can fart with peace of mind.
Where?
Where's that? At your compound, because you've got Simply Safe.
Oh.
You don't have Simply Safe. Well, we need to get you Simply Safe quick, fast, and in a hurry, because Simply Safe has been named the best home security of 2022 for the third year in a row by U.S. News and World Report. 24/7 professional monitoring agents use Fast Protect technology exclusively from Simply Safe, capturing critical evidence and verifying the threat is real. You get faster police response. Whole home security with Simply Safe, of course. Advanced sensors for every room, window, and door. HD security cameras inside and out, and smarter ways, wicked smart, to detect motion that alert you only when a threat is real. And how about that Simply Safe app? Stay in complete control of your system right from your smartphone. You can anytime, anywhere, arm, disarm. Look, check your cameras out, see who's at your compound. Who's that on the front porch? He's touching my boxes. All for less than $1 a day. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today, and of course we have a deal for you. Claim a free indoor security camera and 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Here's a little real quick trivia fact. The son of Calvin Coolidge, Calvin Jr., died of blood poisoning at the age of 16 after getting a blister playing without socks in the tennis court at the White House in 1924.
Jeez.
Well, that's unusually sad.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Would anyone like to guess what the response would have been had I read that?
This has been the most downer 40
thank you
minutes.
for that.
Thank you. Can't you read that on your own?
We have exciting news up next, including, I want to ask you, what on earth do you think this is the sound of, ladies and gentlemen? Okay.
Is it Little Feet?
Yeah, no. That would be much more in tune, and never mind. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This NFL season, every Westwood One NFL broadcast streams live for free. Listen in the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
When we decided to do this, I said, Tom, we should do a Tim Wilson song. And this is really hard. I practiced, and man, I sucked. You just can't do a Tim Wilson song. So I took liberties with some of Timmy's songs and whipped a song together in honor of Tim. Help me get through this, folks. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's too bad. his trailer park a woman. Didn't care much for Dr. Phil. I'm sure he started the church league fist fight. And his ass got tired of Shaquille O'Neal. A big white hat with a black six-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would say. Now he's sporting wings. And he taught Jesus Christ the booty song. We all thought he'd go to Chuck E. Cheese hell. But George Bush, George Strait, George Patton, and George Orwell. A hillbilly homeboy, I could be wrong. But I know he's tired of me singing this song. A big white hat with a black six-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would sing. Now he's sporting wings. And he asked Jesus Christ to join his band. They're singing Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye, Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye.
Didn't even realize that she was infected at the time. And millions of Chinese are taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day in China, which falls on Sunday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
It's the most terrifying and talked about movie of the year. Don't miss seeing Paranormal Activity. This sparse, independent film is getting great reviews and will all...
Hey.
scare you in the spirit of Blair Witch Project.
Hey.
What?
Excuse me, scary voice guy.
Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Bob Gavoyan. Paranormal Activity? Really? A single camera shot from a bedroom? You will need to hop off the Paranormal Activity bandwagon and get your ass in line now to see my new movie, Para-Knocker Activity.
我
me to keep jumping, Mr. Pavoyan?
Yes.
But I'm getting all sweaty.
Oh, that's okay. That's why we're doing the soapy shower scene in Act 2.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
There. So, what do you think?
It's okay, I guess. It's not real scary.
Jeez, what a homo.
Does she at least get murdered?
No, none of that. Para Knocker Activity is an uplifting movie. It even has a happy ending. Watch.
She's gonna need another shower.
Good idea. Everybody back in the bathroom. Soap those puppies up and roll film.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Bob and Tom. You can pick.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin on the guitar.
Hello.
Josh Arnold on tea.
Coffee now.
Coffee! Yeah. Cup of Joe, 30 weight. There's Ace Cosby. Water. Having a drink of water. There's Willie Griswold.
Yep.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom.
Probably use a little more coffee over here.
All right. I'm sure you'll
Coming up today is a special day here on the Bob and Tom Show. 5 Ace Cosby jokes of the day
well,
today.
Let's get started.
By special request. Really?
Wow, yes.
Nice little palate cleanser.
Get
okay, here we go.
Sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What did Captain Hook die of?
What did Captain Hook die of?
Jock itch.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Bled to death, did he?
Scratched himself to death there down there.
What a way to go.
Boy. Major arteries down there.
Don't hold it in, Chick. Don't hold it in.
That was one.
That was one.
4 more coming.
You don't have to do this.
I look forward
Willie.
to it, Ace. I think everyone will be funnier than the last.
Is that right?
They're going to build up.
There you go. Yeah. He doesn't want to start with his closer.
No, you don't.
That'd be silly.
Yeah, okay.
You don't start with Stairway to Heaven.
Speaking of closing and starting, coming up this weekend, am I getting this right? This Saturday, it's Josh Arnold, Greg Hahn, and Dave Dyer at the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, Wisconsin for a great show. Willie G in Chicago. Where are you going to be?
At the Comedy Bar.
Comedy Bar coming up this weekend.
Where else are you going to be in Chicago?
Getting chicken wings, Buff Joe's in Evanston. Probably getting a burger.
And some popcorn.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting popcorn at Garrett's for my Uncle Chick.
Damn
I got
right
that.
you are.
What kind of popcorn?
Oh, all of them.
You want the trio, right?
Yeah, I want the
You
trio.
want the caramel corn, the cheddar corn, and the classic popcorn.
Classic.
I'll just take the classic popcorn.
They have a solid cheese up there.
What?
Solid
they do.
cheese.
Yeah, solid. It's good cheese popcorn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right on, solid.
I thought it was like a block of cheese or something on it.
My man.
Did that guy who said, I'm hankering for a hunk of cheese?
Yeah.
Remember that guy? Did he have a name? It was
Yes,
a
it's
little
like
cartoon character.
It's Slyman or Lyman or something like that. Yeah.
Really? He was the little guy with a cowboy hat.
I got a hunger for a hunk of cheese.
Oh, I remember
And he's shaped
that
like
guy.
a hunk of cheese.
What was that for?
Saturday morning cartoons. It was like something by the Dare.
No, hang on. I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's for the Coffee Institute. What do you think it's for?
You know how sometimes they just have generic, like remember the Incredible Edible Egg? It was just
Sure.
about eggs. That's this.
like
about cheese.
Dairy, yeah.
Like the milk thing.
Right.
Yeah. What was that again? What was the milk mustache? What was that again?
Got Milk?
Oh, yeah, Got Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of awkward knockoffs on that. Some poor woman with this wad of gelatinous white something between her eyes.
I hanker for a hunk of cheese. It was considered a public service announcement.
Well, that's nice.
Timer.
Timer. Oh,
Timer.
I got Slyman or
you
Slow,
would
whatever.
never-
So it wasn't a commercial. It was part of a regular cartoon.
Cast as a cowboy with a thick Western accent.
It was a commercial, but they would play it during Saturday morning
Yes.
cartoons often.
It says here it's a PCA.
By the way, back
PSA.
to our basketball court at the White House, since we were talking about the Warriors being at the White House yesterday for some kind of award with the president.
Dub Nation celebrating their championship. They got the boat, the ship.
President Obama is the one that added the basketball court lines to the tennis court. For his 50th birthday, some of his buddies came over, including LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Chris Paul. Spectators included Bill Russell.
Man.
Your favorite.
Love that man.
So there is indeed a basketball court there, and now there's a special tennis pavilion. Right next to it. So very, very nice, very presidential. Now, we go back to the sports page. What else is happening?
Well, we're leaving the White House, and now we're going to Australia, Melbourne.
Yes.
Here's what's happened there. Rafael Nadal, they call him Rafi. I don't know if that's true. He says his hip was injured during a second-round loss at the Australian Open to Mackenzie McDonald. The 6'4", 6'4", 7'5" defeat abruptly ended Nadal's title defense and bid for a record-extending 23rd Grand Slam trophy. Ergo, Nadal is out. That only leaves the Joker now as your favorite to win the Australian Open. Number one seed Nadal visited by a trainer on the sideline who rubbed his hip.
Oh, yeah? No, please keep reading.
Yeah.
You know what this is, Christy?
Nope, I have no idea.
It's one of the great songs of all time.
What is it?
It's Tower of Power.
Why don't you ever play So Very Hard to Go by the Tower of Power?
This is a better song.
Why are you playing this?
Why are you playing this?
Because Nadal hurt his hip.
What is hip?
Hey, cut!
Wow.
Can we get those horns a little tighter?
Here it is. There we go.
Nah, it's a keyboard. Those aren't real horns.
What is hip? This is a great song.
The passengers will show you want a hip trip.
Hey, don't cut.
Those aren't real musicians. That's like 80% synth.
No, it's all live
I
horns.
know.
It's the famous Tower of Power horn section,
I know,
you jackass.
Staring right at So Very Hard to Go. Just click on it. What more can I
You wanted a
say?
hip song to gone with Hip to Be Square.
What can I do?
Yeah.
Hip to Be Square by...
Oh, you mean by Huey Lewis?
I know that song.
See?
Wow.
My hips don't lie. Shakira.
Oh, Shakira, yeah, that's a good one.
My hips don't lie, but my accountant does.
You've heard this one? Have you heard this one, Christy?
Nope.
A little bit of soulful in the vocals.
Ain't nothing I can say.
Do you recognize this?
Oh, nice. Nice, chick. Do you sing this to your ladies?
He often seduces...
Lady dogs. It's peanut butter time.
Saturday night. Want the chorus? Here we go. Recognize it now?
Yeah, I do, actually.
How do you sing like that? Could I get a lesson to do that?
Is that Tower of Power as
That's
well?
the Tower of Power. Yeah, the Tower of Power horns in the background.
What song is that?
there.
Only if I could love you so, it makes it so very hard to go.
I love that song. What is hip? Hey, the passengers will show you're in a hip trip. Maybe hipper than hip. But what is hip?
Hey, we're going to come back with Naughty Sounds on the BBC. Tom and I were talking about this off the air, and I think we do have the Naughty Sounds that were broadcast.
Oh, yeah. And we also have this interesting sound that made the rounds on the internet this over the weekend.
Yeah.
There's a visual component to this that makes it far more interesting. When you just hear the sound, it's pretty awful. We'll find out what that's all about. And there's a little tag to the story that you don't know that I think you're going to like. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Now, Rodney's got a record out there on Capitol Records.
Yes.
Can't miss it.
It's called Morning Wood.
Morning
We're
Wood.
just kind of sticking with the theme. It's Hanging with Rodney, Morning Wood, and then Nutsack. Just kind of working our way down
the trilogy.
It dawned on me this morning
Yep.
I've made a living for 13 years talking about everything underneath my belt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, what the hell?
I'm glad you said hell.
Yeah. I apologize.
That's all right. Rodney, we got plenty of time. Do you want to work another one in here?
Yeah, here's one right here. This one's called, I think, you guys, is that the one we're talking about? Okay. You guys want to play the intro? I don't want to. They get a little irritated when I don't let them play the intro. They don't really like the way I do it. Let's just go right to the words.
Go ahead.
back when I was just a boy going places with my mom and dad. It used to scare me to death how Mama used to act after 6 or 7 beers she's had. We were sitting at a table when Mama got disabled, all the liquor running through her head. Soon I got to joking, Daddy wasn't joking when he grabbed me by the arm and said, "Don't look now, your mama's got her boobs out showing everybody in town." Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead, there were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking, there's nothing anybody can do. Just to hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. Well, we got her in a truck and we started driving home, and Mama said she had to go. Daddy pulled it over, we were standing on his shoulder while Mom was putting on a show. And he started up a truck, Mama stood up with her pants still around her knees. When we heard Mama holler, "If you give me $1, well, I'll let you take a peek at these." Don't look now, your mama's got her boobs out showing everybody in town. Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead, there were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking, there's nothing anybody can do. Just hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. Just hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you.
Yeah. All right. Rodney Carrington.
Does take time to make you laugh. That's at the Funny Bone in Toledo, Ohio, coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. Don't forget the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show also coming up, debuting Saturday night 2023, January 21st, if you're checking your calendar. Greg Hahn, Josh Arnold, Dave Dyer, the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show, the inaugural kickoff of the 2023 Friends of the Bob and Tom Show tour. Again, Green Bay, Wisconsin, the location, this Saturday night. One night only at the Meyer Theater. Greg Hahn, Josh Arnold, and Dave Dyer. Dave joined us yesterday. He's also a firefighter, so if anything breaks out, he'll be able to handle all the safety of the crowd, although he's there to be funny with Greg Hahn and Josh Arnold. Check out thatjosharnold.com for tickets and information, or just contact the Meyer Theater there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They'll get you all set up so you can enjoy the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show comedy tour this Saturday night.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Rafael Nadal says his hip was injured during a second-round loss at the Australian Open in Melbourne to Mackenzie Donald. 6-4, 6-4, 7-5 defeat abruptly ended Nadal's title defense and bid for a record-extending 23rd Grand Slam trophy. From the NFL, Los Angeles Chargers have announced that Brandon Staley will be back for a third season as head coach. However, the same cannot be said for some of his offensive staff. The team on Tuesday announced that offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and quarterbacks coach Shane Day have been fired after just 2 years. NBA winners last night: Milwaukee, San Antonio, Denver, and the Sixers. Top 25 college basketball. Number 1, Houston beats Tulane. Number 13, Kansas State upsets number 2, Kansas. Number 4, Alabama beat Vanderbilt. Number 12, Iowa State over number 7, Texas. Number 9, Tennessee beat Mississippi State. Wake Forest upset number 19, Clemson. And number 21, Baylor beat Texas Tech. And the NHL last night: Minnesota, Montreal, the Flyers, Nashville, and Edmonton all skate to wins in regulation. Toronto and Chicago win in overtime, and Arizona wins in a shootout over the Wings. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
From the exclusive Bob and Tom Salon comes a brand new fragrance.
Oblivious.
Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Hello, yes. I seem to have lost my room key and I need another.
Name?
It's McCartney.
McCarthy?
No, it's McCartney.
Oblivious. That's one of those tricky Irish names that gives my computer fits. So is it MC with one big C, or one of those with a cute little C and a big C, or just 2 big C's?
It's a little C and then a big C.
Okay, then. And your first name?
Well, it's Paul McCartney.
Okay, Mr. McCartney. And are you here with a group?
Not anymore.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the unaware.
You know, one of the most meaningful things that's happened to me since I've been the governor president
Oops.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the intellectually absent.
Good morning, sports fans. Good morning, Chick. What do you have for us today?
Well, I've got nothing.
Great.
Oblivious.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Oblivious.
Oblivious perfume is available at fine retail outlets everywhere. In fact, it's probably right in front of you and you didn't even notice. Oblivious.
You know, it'll take time to restore chaos.
Josh sent you.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin holding his organ and getting ready to play guitar.
Hey there, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Ace Cosby joins us.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Dipping into a number of musical genres, if you will, this morning, trying to play some stuff for fun. And Christy, you wanted to hear this one.
Yes.
You said you'd never heard this tune. This is the great Lowell George and Little Feat. Now, you'll recognize this, I think, in a minute.
Learn how to play guitar, jeez.
I know. I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty.
No?
Never heard
You
it.
know when I'm still willing.
No?
No, sorry.
And I was out on the road
How about the two
late at night.
Well, when that part comes up, you may recognize it.
And if you give me
How about this part?
No.
white sand wine.
I was.
Weed, whites, and wine.
Yeah.
The whites, obviously, some
speed or something.
Something in a bathtub is the only song I ever
Fat
heard.
Man in the Bathtub.
That one.
That's a great one,
That's
too.
the only one I've
okay,
ever heard
I'll
of.
say, sorry.
You know to let it roll.
I wasn't cool back then.
Well, you have time to catch up.
Nah.
You can be...
Yeah, I don't want to be cool
You've
now.
always been cool.
It's too old. Too old.
Okay,
Cool.
all right.
I've always been cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, you're
Well, wait a minute.
Voice
Just
on the
because
radio.
he
People
says
want
it doesn't mean it's true.
I believe him over everybody in this room.
Thank you very much.
Josh is like the least cool guy in here.
Yeah,
You think so?
absolutely.
Yeah, Chick's the coolest.
Thank you.
Ace number two.
Thank you.
I mean,
wait.
you're way down at
not
the bottom,
cool.
Dad.
But I'm below your dad.
No,
No.
you're actually cooler than he is.
But just by a bit.
We
I
were
don't know
just
about
talking
that.
about how uncool you were off the air.
Yeah, but on the air, I'm really hip.
Okay, that's true.
You're giving, you're kind, but cool is the last word I would use to describe you.
Yes, you're very kind, very loyal.
I keep telling my 6-year-old I'm the coolest dad at school.
And what does
Heck
she
yeah.
say to that?
No, you're not. Thanks.
Smart kid.
I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a sportscast. How's it going?
Well, we've got, there's a controversy. I say that because it's from the UK. Match of the day. Now, I'm going to tell you that this is all concerning a soccer game that was televised. Okay, much like the NFL, they have a soccer presentation. They have pre-games. They have, they talk about matches coming up, the whole thing.
I see.
Right.
Not the NFL, which is something you would watch. It's soccer. Okay, so
If you ever go to a Mexican restaurant and look up at the screens, you're going to see one of these soccer things where it looks exactly like the NFL broadcasts. They've got 5 guys up there and a couple of ladies, and they're talking some foreign language about soccer.
Instead of game of the week, they call this the match of the day. And the presenter on the match of the day, which is what they say in the UK, guy's name's Gary Lineker. He has laughed off the moment that live sex noises were transmitted by a YouTube prankster while he was broadcasting his soccer show.
Okay.
On the BBC.
Sorry, Ace.
What kind of noises?
I'm glad you asked, Tom. These noises.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Already steered Reading through to the 4th round. Well, we'll find out shortly. With an FA Cup winners-only policy in the studio tonight. And I don't know who's making that noise, but so Alan Shearer...
Is that a human contact, or is that some kind of a zebra?
Sounds like a vuvuzela.
Alan... it's toasty in this studio. It's a bit noisy as well.
I think it's actually a vav vagina.
Damn it, Alan! Those were unrecognizable. It's just...
No, you could.
It was Bang Brothers 1998.
It's not.
Was it consensual? Or someone was screaming.
Who
It's
else?
like in a loop or something.
Who else doesn't find this surprising that Tom didn't really know what that sound was?
Play it again.
That's the sound of
It
satisfaction.
is the sound of sex, my friend.
You'll hear the presenter, Gary Lineker, doing a pregame show, if you will, for a
By the way, Lineker sounds like a sex move. And I gave her the old Lineker. She's not going to walk for a week.
Here we go.
Already steered Reading through to the fourth round. Well, we'll find out shortly. We've an FA Cup winners only policy in the studio tonight. And I don't know who's making that noise.
I was wrong. No, that's
commentary gantry.
2011 Kacha Reality Kings, scene number 19.
Wait, no, stop for a second. What's Kacha?
Kacha was the star, yeah.
That's a person's name?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Kasha?
Kacha, K-A-T-J-A.
That sounds Russian. Is it Russian?
I think she's German.
Okay.
And
maybe it's Kacha Kasin. I don't know.
Sound, something Tom's never heard.
Sending something on someone's phone, I think, is joke. I don't know whether you heard it at home, but...
we heard it at home.
So they finally found it, and apparently some YouTube prankster had taped his phone in a hidden location on the BBC set and turned the volume way up, and then somehow started it remotely.
Wow.
Much like you see a spy movie where they blow up something with a cell phone.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
All right. Kaboom.
All right.
So there you go. One more time. Ready?
Already steered Reading through to the fourth round. Well, we'll find out shortly. We've an FA Cup winners only policy in the studio tonight. And I don't know who's making that noise.
It's
but
very
brave.
It sounds like animal sex.
Steve Bauer. Alan, it's toasty.
It's this Burrow's first time. All right. Okay, thank you very much.
How about that?
Well,
Brandon Staley, the interim coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, we're being told from Costa Mesa. Man. He will be back for a third season as the Chargers head coach. Despite the fact he played some of his starters in the next to last game of the season, Chargers already made the playoffs. Mike Williams broke a bone in his back, and he couldn't play against the Jaguars, and he was responsible for the Jaguars coming back from 27-0, beating his... They're going to bring this coach back.
Is he responsible for the team not being able to execute in the second half?
He's the coach.
Well, so what?
No, the coach can tell them to do something. If they don't do it right, it's not the coach's fault.
All right. Okay, we're just going to get rid of everybody on the team then. How about that?
Oh, man, that's what I would do as a coach. Yeah. You guys suck today, you're gone. Starting over. Clean slate.
This gets back to my theory. Only pay the winning team.
They kind of do that. It kind of works that way.
There's like bonuses. Yeah, if Kirk Cousins would have gone to the Super Bowl and won, he would have gotten $1 million check.
Yeah, but most of these guys have guaranteed money no matter what they do. These coaches, who's the guy you were talking about yesterday that flew to Thailand? Kirk?
Cliff
Kingsbury.
With his hot girlfriend. My God.
But doesn't he get paid for the next 5 years for doing nothing?
Yes, possibly.
Cliff Kingsbury. That's why he bought a one-way ticket to Thailand.
Yeah. Usually someone who does that is looking for, they don't take a hot girlfriend. They're looking for a loose interpretation of birth certificate ages.
However.
Simple fact.
The way you chose to spell that out.
Brandon
just
Staley.
ask Gary Glitter.
Brandon Staley was retained as head coach of the Chargers, but the offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, recognize that name? That's right.
Vince Lombardi?
Joe is Vince Lombardi's grandson.
Oh, wow.
They had to fire Joe Lombardi. All right, here's what we're going to do, Josh. You need to go in there and fire that coach. His last name's Lombardi. Okay, get in there.
Wait a minute. Vince's grandkid?
Vince's grandkid.
Jeez.
Yeah. Also, Shane Day has been fired after 2 years as well. He's the quarterback's coach. More sports coming up. Including, guess what?
What?
Aaron Rodgers doesn't know if he's coming back next year.
Well, who's shocked by that?
He just doesn't.
Leave him alone. God, why do you pick on these guys? Give him a break.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He go to California, relax for a while, make up his mind. Enjoy watching his work. It's a shame he didn't get a little farther this season.
He never will.
It's not entirely his fault. There's a lot of people on the field at the same time. Catch a few of those balls.
Whose fault is it?
The guys who didn't catch the balls.
Go ahead. Throw out a name of a football team not in the playoffs. Go ahead.
The Colts?
The Colts. What would you do with the Colts?
Oh, boy, that's complicated. I say they hire Tom Brady. They've gone through 3 great quarterbacks. They've managed to.
It's possible.
No, you just love guys named Tom that never want to retire. It's a little personal.
That's a great idea.
That's pretty good.
Right now, I want to talk to you about my friend Steven Singer.
You're going to talk to us?
I'm going to talk to you. The revealing moment has arrived for the new color for the brand new rose.
Ta-da!
It's Perry. It's periwinkle. I got to be a little more clear on this. This is a American Beauty rose dipped and trimmed in pure 24-karat gold. It's kind of a purpley blue.
Sparkly. It's really pretty.
Dipped and trimmed and smothered and covered.
It's a blue purple.
Yeah, because I do periwinkle. All I can think of is that doesn't say color to me. Whereas violet and blue does. So the point is, you got to check this out online by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. Once again, these roses are real, and then they're dipped in 24-karat gold. People collect them, and this year's color is the aforementioned periwinkle. And they always sell out, by the way, so I'm kind of giving you some warning right now. A perfect Valentine's Day gift, exclusively and only available at Steven Singer Jewelers, the #1 gift for Valentine's Day. Steven, famous, of course, for his jewelry and his great guarantees. These start at about $59, and they, of course, have the free lifetime guarantee. And, of course, free shipping. That's how it works with Steven Singer. Typically get your order in on any given day at before 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and out the door they go. Real jewelers, real roses, 24-karat real gold for your real love. IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show said hello. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. The beautiful roses. You can collect them all. You can check them all out, once again, at IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming up, we have more sports. We have our musicians. Much more desirable to date, ladies. You'll be surprised at the answer to this one. And there's something in the garage. I'm not sure what it is. There's also something in the trunk. It's people. Details coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Hey, thanks so much for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Did you know you can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now? Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Next thing you know, you're watching the show as you listen. It's a lot of fun. Folks like to gather around their breakfast table ahead of heading out to work or school and enjoy a little together time, watching the Bob and Tom Show and laughing, having a great time. You're invited to join us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7 all morning long, or check out the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Madonna's Celebration concert tour will start July 15th in Vancouver. Her goal, she says, take audiences through the journey of her 40-year career and pay respect to New York, where she got her start. That tour will stop in 35 cities in North America before heading to Europe in October. Dolly Parton's cake mixes are such a success, she's expanding the line. Her new products with Duncan Hines include mixes for cornbread, biscuits, fudge brownies, and caramel turtle brownies. They should be on your store shelves later this month. Jeremy Renner, good news, out of the hospital and at home, recovering from that major chest trauma and injuries he suffered when his snow tractor ran over him as he was trying to dig out a relative's car on New Year's Day near Lake Tahoe in Nevada. By the way, no signs Renner was impaired and no signs of foul play, but authorities are still investigating. And the Sundance Film Festival will return in person to audiences this week. After 2 years of having to go virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Sundance starts in Park City, Utah. It will run for 10 days beginning tomorrow with more than 100 films, including films about Brooke Shields, Michael J. Fox, Little Richard, and Steph Curry. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me help. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The game of football we are familiar with today has changed somewhat from the original version invented in the mid-19th century. With roots in rugby and soccer, the game used an odd egg-shaped ball made from a pig's bladder. Several Ivy League colleges had teams that competed, and eventually professional clubs were formed. In one of the most violent and famous games in history, the Redskins soundly defeated the Cowboys on the field at Little Bighorn Stadium in Montana. The quarterback, George Costa, was not available for comment after the game.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, you know how high school sports teams always end the season with a banquet?
Yeah.
I think they should have done that with World War II. So here it is, the World War II victory celebration.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed dinner. Sorry the sushi was accidentally cooked. It's from Nagasaki.
Hilarious.
Hey, we told the Japanese they didn't need to bring anything, but apparently they wanted to surprise us. Again. I don't get it, France. How could you be that unprepared for the Germans? I knew they were up to no good when even during World War I, they were calling it World War I.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, "Hey, what gives..."
Bob and Tom. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
And her almighty ISIS pendant around
Right.
her neck.
Don't mess with me today. I'll put you in another universe.
Wonder Twin Power. Oh, no, that's not ISIS. That's...
And by you mean the goddess of the sun.
Yeah, not ISIS, the,
Not the beheading
political
fellows.
organization.
Well, of course.
Taliban-esque.
We don't want people to think Christie's
Pro-ISIS.
Oh, man.
I blame Pat Godwin.
Yeah, I caused that.
There's Josh Arnold. There's Ace Cosby.
I just
There's
want to be
Willie.
Wonder Woman.
Willie Griswold.
I'm very de-ISIS. Hate those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, of course we all are.
I'm Chick McGee.
I'm just
and
letting
here's-
people know.
Here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Recently voted hippest member of the show. Thank you.
You know what?
believes that.
Live in your delusion. It's okay.
Use your delusion, man. Anybody who bought that audio turd.
What the hell was that?
Never mind. We have Chick McGee and his post.
Hello?
At the sports desk.
Sorry, just catching up on some correspondence.
Oh, so sorry.
Nobody
did you get
there.
that?
There's nobody there.
Is anybody there? Hello? No one's there? Okay, great. Thank you. What are you doing over there?
Let's see. Brandon Staley is going to be retained as the head football coach of the Los Angeles Chargers and a person familiar with the situation.
Yes.
The Tennessee Titans are hiring San Francisco Director of Player Personnel Ron Carthon as their new general manager. Titans interviewed their seventh candidate Tuesday morning in Buffalo. And that's the direction.
Didn't you buy your car from Carthon?
I might have. Hey, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Mother.
Apparently, for all the equipment to fail.
Stupid world record. You know, they have wireless mouse now. Ooh. Yeah. Women from around the globe. And up your alley, and some
No, down some street and up yours.
Yes. Have set a new world record for the most photos of women beekeeping uploaded in 24 hours.
Really?
Oh, that's got to be a competitive category. I'm sorry, what was it again?
The most photos of women beekeeping uploaded in 24 hours.
That's a specific fetish.
I'm sure they're there to sweep up and fix the actual beekeeper's dinner and things like that.
Oh, I think they're actually doing it. There was a former porn star who's now a beekeeper, and she would post beekeeping stuff on her OnlyFans. I stopped following because...
Why?
It was beekeeping.
Yeah.
She's wearing one of those suits and the weird hat.
She seemed knew exactly what she was doing, though.
Don't you hate that? Sometimes the OnlyFans lady, they're like showing you their Trader Joe's hauls and stuff. I don't want any of that. I just want to see some boobies, right?
So beekeeping is very important.
Did she have a see-through beekeeping suit on?
No, she had the full thing.
Really? Well.
You can look at Jewel Denial.
Sweet. That was her name?
Yeah.
Like Jewel of the Nile?
Right now?
Jewel Denial, yeah.
Really?
She's a legend. Ass for days, chick.
Ass for days.
Yeah.
And now we have to look up famous porn names.
Wait a second now. So I'm sorry. So what's this? The world record is for taking photographs of your fellow beekeepers?
Yeah, we're off that.
So for what purpose? A coffee table book?
To set a world record. They initially hoped to make a small difference in promoting diversity in beekeeping.
Is that a big issue?
The effort...
Is that one of the things that'll be in the next presidential race?
I'm staring
Not
at
enough
Tom.
diversity in beekeeping?
Emotionless. It was the brainchild of the Tasmanian-based female collaboration, Sister Hives Australia. Sister Hives, oh, the time has come.
Top 10 worst songs ever recorded.
Wow.
No, he's right.
No, the singability is off the charts.
One of the worst.
The dumbest lyrics
One of the worst bands ever in the United States of America.
What about in
You're wrong as always.
Period.
What's that movie with Molly Shannon, Superstar? They play that song in there.
Boogie Nights.
You can still rock it.
You're not helping our case. It's a good song.
You can still rock it, America.
All night.
We're including everyone.
How did they go from Sister Christian all of a sudden motorin?
Yeah, sure.
First time I heard that, I thought she was taking Motrin. That would have been a better lyric.
No, they're motoring, and then somehow they...
Aspirin. What's your headache like?
That's funny. That's good.
Next thing you know, they're motoring, and then they're asking how much is it to fly. So
Didn't we ask that guy when he was in here about that song?
Didn't the drummer write it?
No, I wasn't.
Wonderful.
The drummer. Yes, I wasn't going to.
That interview was
wonderful metaphor for finding oneself.
Possibly the worst lyrics of any song.
Really?
Gorgeous.
It makes America. It makes the lyrics by America seem literate.
Oh, those are great.
Boy.
There's a Faulknerian in there.
Oh, wait a minute. You were a night ranger. Yeah. Tell me all about that.
Guys.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Where were we? Oh, so these
Brilliant
women are taking pictures of themselves tending bees. Is this an OnlyFans thing?
No, he explained it's
He doesn't listen.
to show, hey, they're lady.
Oh, I just realized it's a dating thing. They post them.
Oh, no.
They post them on Bumble.
I saw that one coming from a mile away.
Is he there now?
No. Josh answered this. I can't do it.
I'd be happy to. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey,
There you
Donnie.
are. Hi, Donnie. How are you?
Sorry about that, Tom. We paid extra for call waiting, but today it's only working on your end.
I'm sorry.
God. And you're right. The drummer wrote that tape, Sister Christian. He wrote it down. It's supposed to be Sister Christy, but he sloppy Helveticus, and spoiler alert, next thing you know, when the band read it, they read Christian. And in their part of the town, I think it was Oregon, they don't call it cruising, they call it motoring. So it ain't motoring, dumbass.
Oh, sorry.
It had nothing to do with Advil.
Okay. Well,
I should start a business just dissecting lyrics and explaining tapes to people.
It's a good business.
Well, I'm personally attacking the economic downturn in the economy by becoming an active entrepreneur anyway.
Are you?
What are you going to do?
Well, my first project for that one, I'm going to turn my house into one of them Airbnbs.
Oh, cool.
Because fact remains, well, that's come I should watch the rich keep getting richer. You know? I figure if I rent my house 3 nights a month, they'll basically cover my note for the entire year. Pays for itself. It's like playing scratchers. And as they say in the book about Arabian Nights, I'll be making money ham over fish. Swear to God.
That's in the Arabian Nights?
Yeah, except this ham's going to be honey-baked. You know, because here's my pitch. Who won't want to stay at Donnie Baker's house?
Me.
I've got beer in the fridge, fresh porn on the VCR. Josh tell you. The fridge is sort of not working at the moment, but it's got some real nice shelving in it. You know? Keeps the mice out. And the house sleeps anywhere between 4 to 16. If you bring enough sleeping bags, I'll provide the pillows. Hell, I got more pillows than Mike Lindell on Adderall. And I'm only charging $97 a night, plus a modest cleaning charge of $240. That way there's no haggle. Because my mom, Phyllis, she does the cleaning, so you might get a free pair of game-used panties stuffed in the couch. Swear to God. Pull that scarf. Oh, and by the way, we've currently got Woofy's Tarantula Spud Web on the lease, so I'll knock off 10% for that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And I'll take an additional 30% off if you can even prove a bite mark. So... Oh, and for an extra $20, I'll tell you what drawer I keep my old Polaroid's Angel Skinners in.
Boy.
One time she had crotchless panties, Josh.
Yeah.
You could see her whole crouch.
Oh, man.
I swear to God. Oh, and don't mind the security cameras mounted around the main bedroom. They're turned off. I swear to God.
Really?
So reserve your DB Airbnb from Donnie Baker, where the B stands for badass.
So, Donnie, I have one question. So, when you rent out your house, where are you going to be staying?
I'll be in the spare bedroom with Woofy, Tom. That way, if anything goes wrong, I'll be there to fix it.
Oh,
very nice.
Who wouldn't want that?
I better go. The septic guy's here already. It seems to be a little backup.
Sounds like a great place.
Yeah.
Would you ever rent your place as an Airbnb, Christy?
Nah, it's funny you'd bring that up because someone actually mentioned that to me the other day. No, I wouldn't, but... Yeah, they said, "Oh, you should. They have a perfect house for that." I'm like,
But if you do that, don't you have to sort of lock away half the stuff?
Yeah.
Do an inventory.
Yeah, there's always a closet.
do that.
Yeah. Have you ever? No, you don't. You stay at B&B?
No, never.
Never?
No.
Never? Oh, I just rented a place in
it's really
February.
A cool way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, whole house for less than a hotel.
Right now, as you know, I'm staying in someone else's house.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
See?
I hadn't heard anything
Ad
about
nauseum.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum.
No, I'm a big Airbnb VRBO person. I use it all the time.
Certain things bother me. For example, the silverware drawer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way too much silverware.
Oh, I see.
So if you were to rent an Airbnb or a VBR or VRBO, you would go in and critique the way they put their silverware in the silverware
We did this.
drawer?
One time we rented a house up in Michigan, and my dad said there were too many spoons.
Oh, I remember this.
And it was kind of one of those things where, like, nobody cared that there was too many spoons, but he was like, no, there's too many spoons, and I'm going to find out about it. And remember, you counted, and there were 56 spoons.
No, I took a photograph. My brother John said I said they have more than 100 spoons, and he goes, no, they don't. Well, I'd love to prove myself right. So my sister Jan and I laid the spoons out, and there were like 127 of them.
Oh, lovely vacation.
What a weekend that was.
Yeah, that must have been just
That's a big drawer. You were there, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that place? What a great place.
There?
Yeah.
You vacation with him?
Yeah, I sang for his mom. It was fun.
It was great. It was a fun night. Played guitar.
Mother, we've brought a minstrel of sorts to sing for you in the nighttime.
Oh, boy.
Pat, before you go back to your tent.
She loved the Indigo Girls. And,
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Your mom, big fan.
He's staying in a tent outside the house.
No, seriously. It's my friend Lucia's house, but she literally had like 120 spoons. And you'd open the drawer, and it was...
That's too many.
So I bought a bunch of baggies, and then I bagged up most of the silverware and put it somewhere else. So
of course you did.
You couldn't let it just...
What's the perfect amount of silverware for you? What do you need?
15-ish.
So,
an odd number? I can't have
I
that.
can't have it either. It's got to be even number.
You got to a B&B, Airbnb.
No, it's a friend of mine's house. I rented it all the time.
And your first concern was there are too many spoons and forks here.
I know, we're trying to cook. You'd open this drawer, and it weighed a ton, and it was weighted down. And it was one of those things where obviously she must have inherited her father's stainless steel and her mother's and her
Sure.
I see.
Yeah.
just way too much.
Yeah. She's just being a real bitch, leaving all that silver to use. Yeah.
The refrigerator, you'd open it up, and the stuff at the door, all the things were gone. the shelves and the door. You know those.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, you couldn't put those shelves. They don't have the guard protecting the stuff. So you couldn't put anything on them. Oh, there's lots of problems.
Oh my Lord!
So I hope you left a scathing review.
No, it's a nice place, good view, right in the beach. Can't beat that. I'm so sorry, Chick. What's going on over there? Meaningless.
That's catchy.
Yeah. About a girl got her driver's license. She's finally out there motoring.
This is the AAA presents Motorin.
Yes.
These are meaningless lyrics. It's a great melody, but
blah blah blah. Only meaningless for those who don't take a second to really listen and.
Oh, it's if you're an inferior mind and you process crap like that and think it's interesting, good for you.
Oh no, I think it's the exact opposite there, Tom. To discuss it with you would be to be like too many spoons. yes, you're too many spoons.
And the sugar packets.
Ace, you have 4 more jokes to do. They better be good. They're going to be your last.
Why don't we get to one right now?
Yeah, let's get to it. Let's do it. There is no way we can do one.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doorbell repairman.
Doorbell repairman who?
Doorbell repairman.
Oh my gosh,
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
See, he has to knock.
I get it.
You know, as soon as he said knock, knock, doorbell repairman, I thought, oh my God, that's all he has. That's it.
No, see, that's not the way knock,
that's
knock
a thinker,
jokes
because you
work.
have to realize.
That's hilarious.
I don't like that I was used.
Man, I don't either.
I think this was
Remember, if they're not laughing, it's their fault.
Yeah.
And Josh played ball. Like there was.
Wasn't this your idea?
Everything about it was my fault.
Let's try a palate cleanser, because we promised 5 Ace Cosby jokes of the day today. Therefore,
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Why do dogs float so well?
I don't know why.
The good boys.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of
That is so
good boy.
Each one is worse than the one before.
I love that.
I know. I thought we were supposed to get better.
No, that's good. Anytime you call a doggy a good boy.
Boy?
We have good boys coming up in the news. Very good. Thank you, Ace. We were wandering back to the sports desk.
How many dogs disappear on the beach yearly? Do you think?
Hundreds.
On the beach.
You know, they drop into the water and all of a sudden they're taken away by
Sea
either
monsters.
Sort of a shark or maybe the undercurrent.
Riptide.
Yeah.
Remember the great story we had about the dog that fell off the sailboat that
died?
No, showed up. He showed up. He showed up on shore a few days later.
Got chopped up by the propeller.
No.
Oh boy.
They do make little doggy life vests, you know.
I know. Yeah, my brother has dachshunds and they have them.
That's cute.
Very cute. They love the water.
They look like little hot dogs on either side.
I don't know why the vests aren't shaped like hot dog buns.
Ketchup and mustard on top.
Someone has to have done that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
The hot dog bun suit for a dog.
Oh, they have those.
They have costumes,
Yeah.
but not as an actual life jacket.
Right.
Hilarious.
Those are great. The dog life jackets are awesome.
That would be terrific. So now, coming up, we have at least 2 more Ace Cosby jokes.
You know what I like? Dogs. Lately, I've noticed these golden retrievers dressed up like businessmen with a tie and a white shirt.
That's why they shaking hands with each other.
And glasses, doing quarterly reports. That's funny stuff. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. That's funnier than anything anybody in this room has ever said, but especially Ace.
No, that's just mean.
Chick,
tapping along.
I threw a ball for my dog last night.
Oh, really?
He looks good in a tuxedo.
That's 4. We're counting that as 4.
You snuck that one in without the intro.
Now,
Christy wrote it down. That is number 4.
These are classics. Write that Roman numerals. IV.
She's doing the how many
1,
days
2,
in
3,
prison
4.
hash marks.
Sound of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Yes, like my Monte Cristo
Red. Hope's a good thing. Maybe the best of things.
It's been 0 days since our last Ace Cosby incident hanging on the side of the factory.
Is that sports?
Oh, someone has an email for Tom.
He steered Reading through.
This is the BBC
to the
Sounds of
4th
Sex
round.
being accidentally
We'll find out shortly.
broadcast.
We've an FA Cup winners only policy in the studio tonight. I don't know who's making that noise, but so
It says, Dear Tom, Actually, dear Goofballs and Christy.
Yes.
Tom, how do you have so many kids and not recognize the lovely sound of sex?
It sounds like a bleating animal.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound to me.
It doesn't sound like a bleating animal.
It sounds like some kind of non-consensual encounter.
With an FA Cup winners only policy in the studio tonight. And I don't know who's making that noise, but so Alan Shearer is on the commentary.
Well, if this guy'd shut up, we'd be able to hear it better.
Alan, it's toasty in this studio. It's a bit noisy as well.
He's trying to be clever, I guess. So
It's toasty.
Yes.
I get it. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is that sports?
Yeah, that's sports.
Okay.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy, what's coming up?
Coming up, we have our musicians, a more desirable date. We have a Nashville guitarist going viral for an interesting guitar solo.
And just so you know, I have the lyrics here printed out for Sister Christian. We don't have to go over them, but I tell you what, what a touching tribute to the human condition.
Yes.
These are, yeah.
Isn't it about a young woman getting her driver's license, being able to motor, looking for a man?
That's Olivia Rodrigo. That was a good song. Those lyrics make sense.
These lyrics have everything. I mean, you want to know about life, you read these lyrics.
Okay.
Babe, you know you're growing up so fast, and Mama's worrying that you won't last to say.
See?
Let's play.
I mean, that's Chaucerian.
You know what,
Right.
what's going on.
What is
Talking about his little sister.
Oh, really? And then is this a religious reference here? or-
No.
Sort of, hey, live, but be careful out there. You don't want the boys to know. It says the boys don't want to play no more with you. Chick's onto it. He knows. That's a man who understands.
Beautiful.
He feels it.
Beautiful.
Do you have a tribute to this, Pat?
No, I was going to play along if Josh was.
Okay, very good. When we come back, we can certainly do that.
Poetry corner with Josh.
We have we do have bookstores in the news.
Yes, we
today.
do.
We also have sex toys in the news, and a very odd story about Kim Jong-un.
Oh,
and what's something very serious may be happening to him. We'll find out about that when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
This is the creepiest space story ever.
A NASA astronaut who spent over a year in space now has different DNA from his twin brother.
What?
Yep. In total, Scott Kelly has spent over 500 days in space, and you'll recall that 342 of those were consecutive aboard the International Space Station. His identical twin, Mark Kelly, also a retired astronaut, had the same DNA until a NASA study on the long-term effects of space travel revealed Scott's DNA has changed.
Isn't that amazing?
Most of Scott's genes returned to normal after his return to Earth, though 7% of his genes are still different from his brother's. Yeah, that's really weird.
Is that a good paying job to be an astronaut?
Not really.
That's a good point. It's not, right?
Not
Considering
for
what you have to do,
Yeah.
right?
It's a government gig, so whatever the scale is.
What do you think that is? I have no idea. Is it $1 million a year? Is it 500,000?
Do you think they have a time clock in space in the capsule every day?
I think they got to punch in. There's no question about it.
I honestly think they get they get some kind of flight pay when they're up. I mean, if it
so that's more than they do.
Kind of a bonus if they go up top, as opposed to just staying down here with the common man.
No, seriously, I think they get flight pay.
They started a GS-11 that's $66,000 a year, and a GS-14 can earn up to $144,566
Can we agree
a
that's
year.
ridiculous?
Is it?
Yeah. I mean,
It is
astronauts are
ridiculous.
arguably smarter than anybody in this room. Tom, I know you'll take exception to that.
No, not at all.
But they are. They're arguably more intelligent than any of us.
We've had,
and I make 500 times that.
And he's just guessing.
And I'm just guessing. That's ballparking. That's just me throwing numbers around.
No, we've had Dr. David Wolf in here, and he's smarter than everyone in the.
Well, now we know he's
state.
not. Look what he's working for. That guy's dumb. You work for that money, you go up into the stars, you're dumb.
Cheat death, you're dumb.
You're dumb.
Injuries from that snowplow accident. In response to a Twitter post Monday about his TV series Mayor of Kingstown, Renner tweeted that other than the brain fog that remains, he's very excited to watch the next episode with his family at home. Authorities in Nevada say Renner suffered serious chest injuries when he was run over by his own snowplow while helping free a relative's car on a road near Lake Tahoe on New Year's Day. As you recall, they had a large amount of snow in a short amount of time. The 52-year-old Oscar nominee also plays Hawkeye in Marvel's Avengers movies. Millions of Chinese taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day, which falls on Sunday. In December, China abruptly dropped near-daily coronavirus testing and the QR code monitoring of residents after public frustration boiled over into protests. This month, it dropped most remaining restrictions, including the demand that overseas travelers must go into lengthy and expensive quarantine. That also increasing the travel for the Lunar New Year holidays. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, I went to a place that served exotic dishes like elk and wild boar. I heard it was delicious, but one thing I ate made me sick. It's so sad to see good beef gone bad.
Vagina pun.
Good beef gone bad. I'm talking sweet pudding. It was...
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Introducing Evasive, the cologne.
Is it a cologne for men?
Oh, yes, but not ordinary men.
Evasive.
Evasive. It's the cologne for congressmen.
What's it smell like?
It's a tantalizing aroma that tickles the senses.
Evasive.
Okay, but what's it smell like?
It's a blend of scents that brings out the man.
What's it smell like?
Evasive.
Evasive. It's a delicate taste of odors derived from the delicious mixture of fine fragrances.
All right, come on. What's it smell like? Is it a musk? Is it an aftershave?
Evasive.
Let me answer your question with another question, and that is, what's best for the American people?
What does that have to do with how it smells?
What is the definition of the word smell, anyway?
So you're not going to tell me what it smells like?
You keep asking me what it smells like. Well, I'm trying to answer you, but you won't let me.
My God, you still haven't answered me.
Evasive.
Evasive, the cologne for congressmen.
Evasive, the cologne for congressmen, bottled in Washington, D.C.
Evasive.
Evasive. When you want answers,
we've got questions.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
Where are you from, by the way?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure, that's famous.
Yeah, small,
sure,
thugged out town. It's tiny, so small. We used to get robbed by people we knew.
Small.
People like, stick them up. I'm like, Andre? I'm gonna tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come over for dinner.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 20.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Ace Cosby's here.
Yeah.
He's doing 5 jokes of the day today. How many we done? 2?
Oh, we'll count it as 2.
What?
That gives us
the
a
dog
little.
joke wasn't a joke. It was funny, but
it was funny. Don't get me wrong. It was just conversation.
Okay.
Hi, Willie Griswold.
Hey, Chick McGee.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
And Chick, Tom, don't ever forget.
I'm a big fan of Night Ranger, just not that particular song.
I like
I find the lyrics inane.
It's that and Still Rockin' America, right? Or there's going to be another offcut that Ace only has listened to.
Right. There's another.
they're a band with the song with their name. It's called Night Ranger.
There's a Night Ranger called Night Ranger? The only
Big Country and the song
And
Big
Bad
Country.
Company?
the only good song that was eponymous.
Yeah,
Bad Company. That's a great song.
That is a good song.
You don't like Big Country by Big Country?
No,
Technically, it's In a Big Country by Big Country.
Well, first of all, accordion. Okay, come on.
In a Big Country is awesome.
That's a great
song.
Very powerful.
That's a great song.
It is powerful.
Time to move on here.
You too like.
Christy Lee is at her post, begrudgingly, of course.
Oh, no, I'm happy to be here today. This is fascinating stuff.
I don't think I've ever heard sarcastic, Christy. I kind of like that.
Okay,
Or Night Ranger. What did Jack Blades ever do
Did
to
somebody
you?
say Night Ranger?
I'll give you this.
Jack
I'll give you this. It is a very nice melody, very catchy, with just the dumbest words of all time.
Can you do the lounge piano to Motor?
You gonna read the lyrics for us?
Motorin'.
Thank you.
What's your price for flights?
Did you know that an experimental study in Austria found musicians like you, Pat, are more desirable to date to both men and women?
Really?
Yes.
I didn't see that coming. How about dating a guy, Pat? How about that?
A woman
maybe that
or a
would
man. Study author Manuela M. Marin looked into how musicality affects the perception of faces and dating behavior. For the study, participants were asked to rate the attractiveness of 37 faces presented at random, with one group looking at the images while listening to different musical excerpts. They were also told the excerpt they were listening to was played by the person in the photo. Women, especially, rated faces substantially more attractive and much more desirable for dating after listening to music supposedly played by those persons.
That's interesting.
Does the instrument matter? Because I would imagine a guitar player or a piano player is more sexy than like a tuba
Or a drummer.
A very
French horn
valid.
player.
Yes,
Or
yes.
harmonic instrument, yeah.
Right.
I would think, like, for example, any double reed instrument player, like an oboe.
Too much spitting.
No. I would think that the embouchure alone.
Oh, I see.
A lot of tongue action.
Oh,
Probably very attractive to the ladies.
yeah, I don't think that was part of this. It had to have been, the
What's
basic
mostly
What in God's
guitar.
name do you know about tongue?
Well, as a former clarinet player, I know my way around an embouchure.
No way. I see you making a face if you're on the job.
But I think Willie raises a
Holding his
good point.
nose.
Holding his nose.
I'm going to defend my son. How dare you attack him?
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're not attacking Willie.
Yeah, they're attacking you.
Willie, I can tell by looking at Willie. He's sensitive. He spends some time.
Yeah, Willie's a player.
As Josh said, it's not a bad place to be down there, man. Pretty fine.
Down in the
Get a
valley.
finger going, get a little...
I'll go farther. It is the place to be.
No, my
think
point
it's
is,
the
I
go
think
here.
Willie's point is that it depends on you're saying that these women are presented with photographs of men, and then they're playing these cool songs in the background. I think his point is, well,
Right.
it depends on if it's a guy playing the guitar, if it's a guy in a kilt playing bagpipes.
No, that would
I don't
not
think
be.
she's going to go, oh boy, I'm
No.
slipping out of my seat. I'm so moist. No,
No, absolutely
it's
not.
got to be something cool like guitar, I think.
Yes.
So it's an interesting study. That's probably why Dick Mango does so well.
He does. He gets the ladies.
He's got
doesn't
some numbers.
He doesn't play an instrument.
He's a singer. He's like Sinatra.
He's his own instrument.
Who are we talking about? Mango?
Dick Mango.
You think Mango pulls the poon? Is that what you're saying?
No, now look.
That's my favorite children's book.
It's
Mango
quantity.
Pulls the Poon. Oh, wait, no, that's...
There's a kid on the front with a wagon.
Oh, Lord.
Now,
Good night, Poon.
Good night, Poon.
now, Christy, I don't expect you to go around all the way around the block with this, but you have, in the course of your...
I've dated a lot of musicians.
Yes, in the course of your romantic life.
Yes.
You have dated a musician or two.
I don't think that's... I would say all the musicians.
Not all of them.
I think you dated all of them.
But the point is, I mean, didn't you find that part of the attraction that they were up on stage and they were fine players?
Of course, absolutely.
Now, did you ever date a bass player?
Yes.
Wow. How about a drummer?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Married one.
You married a drummer?
My first husband was a drummer.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You didn't know that?
I
Collins, yeah.
have such a horrible comment. Remind me off the air.
Okay.
I think I know. I think I know what it's based on.
The same page.
We won't move there.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I'm really sorry.
Disease is horrible. Yeah.
Okay. Pat, have you found that to be a...
Everything kind of changed for me when I picked up the guitar, yeah.
Now, do you,
I was
now,
shy
I don't want to
before
get too specific, but in any recent encounters, Have you perhaps had a young lady or a lady of a certain age at your home and whipped out your guitar and done a little something, not one of your comedy songs?
Absolutely.
What did you play for her?
I played Circle City. I played.
Can you play that? Let's pretend it's late at night.
When did we get old?
It's late at night. This woman is in your apartment.
Oh my!
You're
romancing her.
You've taken off the ball gag and
the
zip ties.
You know what? Take a rest, baby. Hang on a second.
Play the song you played.
Shake
for.
those wrists.
He's
out.
playing it.
Throw the seed among the stones.
Wait. The seeds among the stones?
Throw the seed among the stone. A wild kid. Throw the seed among the stones.
Sure.
It's
ejaculate onto the ground.
I'd rather hear.
No, I want to hear. So I'm sorry. So you throw the seed in the stone.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Throw the seed among the stones and watch how wild it's grown. Tough. I was 22. Tough and twisted.
You wrote this?
Something's missing. Yeah.
Oh.
Here comes the tide.
It sounds like a Michael Johnson song.
It's a nice song.
But without the content.
There's no one on the beach. No one in the boat. I guess I sink or swim. Too tired to float. That was the chorus.
Oh, that's fantastically
awful.
Lifeguard. No, that is so true. How many metaphors are we mixing in this? This is
Should I
just
stop
terrible.
The song and go to the bedroom now. What do you say?
Oh yeah.
Yes, anything to get you to stop.
That was my second song. My first was worse.
Oh, let's
Give us
hear
a little taste.
Oh, is that the one you played at the wedding?
That was Lighthouse, yeah.
Yeah, Lighthouse.
Let's hear. Play a little bit of it.
You're my golden inspiration.
Well, it has to be a color. It just can't be, you're my inspiration.
You're my hope, my navigation.
For masturbation.
Really awful.
You're a lighthouse when life turns stormy sea.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
A beacon for you.
In a wave of confusion, just look for me.
Aww.
Oh, you're my lighthouse. You're my lighthouse.
Oh, how sweet.
That is
good.
sweet.
That's
Nipples
awful.
are popping everywhere.
Did that work?
Yeah, that worked.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure they got him a rigorous HJ in the green room of some.
The all over the waistband handy.
Oh, boy.
Go wait a minute. There's a phone
This'll
call.
be good.
I think it's the FCC. Want us to stop.
Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Let's do it. Hi, Bob and Tom. It's Dr. Phil.
Hey, Dr.
Dr.
Phil.
Phil.
Have you read my book?
No.
Have you seen my tapes?
I would never watch one.
I've got books on tapes and tapes about books.
That's
okay, today, you claim today, what is it, men who play music get more action. Is that true?
Yeah, that's apparently the study. Yeah.
Kind of,
Women
yeah.
are more interested in them, yes.
Okay, I'm just an old Texas cowboy with two satchels full of folksy wisdom. I don't play music, and look at my success, okay?
Yeah.
Does every man get to walk down the aisle after his award-winning show holding hands with Robin? I mean, you see where I'm going with this?
Well, it's very specific. I mean, you love your wife.
There's no need to weigh a pound cake. I wrote a new book that might help you in trying to investigate this. Have you read the book?
No.
Have you seen the tape?
I would never.
It's called It Ain't About Poo. Take on today.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. As always, extraordinarily helpful. Coming up, we're going to identify this sound.
Nice.
Something's happening that's very important that went incredibly viral over the weekend. And there's a tag, if you will. There's a new aspect of this story that's rather interesting that I think you're going to like very much. And it does involve musicians. Also coming up, there's a sex toy in the park.
Oh.
And somebody found it.
You thought you liked the swings, Kristen.
Yeah, right?
There's also that thing where with Valentine's Day just around the corner, there's always that negative aspect of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, not everybody's happy and in love, right?
We'll find out.
Some
about
people
that.
commit suicide.
Oh, God, what is wrong with you?
Well, that's, anyone got any air?
Oh, my Lord.
I don't even hear them anymore. No, I'm doing
all the love around them. They go, I'm unloved, and then they go ahead and off themselves.
I'll never find love
Incredibly unhelpful.
Really sad.
I'm just taking care of some correspondence.
We'll take a break. Thank you. You're lucky you weren't listening.
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I'm Donnie Baker, and I'm going to be a pro baseball player. I swear to God I am. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing. The fact remains, I'm probably the best player I know of. My Little League coach held me back because his son had a decent curveball. There's a certain range I've got, but I basically put my hopes in this. I had a full-ride scholarship to play ball at the University of Phoenix, but I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, so can we stop now? I'm also a pitcher. I can pitch. I've got what they call a rubber arm. I can throw right-handed for days. I can throw left-handed for days. A lot of people, I'm basically amphibious. So I've told coaches before, put me on the mound. The secret to pitching for me is I like to check the runner when there's nobody on base. It throws a hitter off. I swear to God it does. This is third base. I've been there before, but usually it was after proms, man. But I probably know more about the scoring position than anybody I know of. Basically, my knowledge of the game, I've been taught in different ways, but I've also invented things. I like to get my lead at third base backwards. That way the pitcher thinks there's nobody even here. It's a lot easier to steal home, and with my martial arts expertise, I've been trained at Discount Karate to scissor kick the catcher, and I could even break his karate artery if I had to. So there's no chance of a Pete Rose situation at home. I win it every time, especially if I got my Wolf shirt on.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
Hey, you got the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone. You know someone who might like that Bob and Tom Show app. Well, like a good car salesman, you should tell them it's free and available in the iTunes and Google Play Store. You should also say, once you download the app, you can listen to your local station, dude. You can listen to Bob and Tom 24/7 there, lady. You can even contact us directly via text or email with just one click. Did you know you can set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show? You can tell them all of that, and they'll be like, leave me alone. That's right. It's the Bob and Tom Show app, and you can download it for free. And there you have it. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Jessica Alsman and Allie Breen on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. Alaska state troopers say a polar bear has attacked and killed 2 people in a remote western Alaska village. KTUU cites troopers as saying they received the report of the attack at 2:30 in the afternoon Tuesday in Wales on the western tip of the Seward Peninsula. Troopers say initial reports indicate that a polar bear entered the community and chased multiple residents before they fatally attacked the 2. The bear was shot and killed by a local resident during that attack. A French nun who was believed to be the world's oldest person has died shortly before her 119th birthday. She died in her sleep early Tuesday. Her name is Lucille Randon. She's known as Sister Andre and was born in the town of Ailes, southern France, on February 11th, 1904. And she also was one of the world's oldest survivors of COVID-19. Sister Andre tested positive for the virus back in January of 2021, a few weeks before her 117th birthday, but she had so few symptoms that she didn't even realize that she was infected at the time. And millions of Chinese are taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day in China, which falls on Sunday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show, and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
It's time now for the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Baby, let's make love. You know, we haven't been together since the start of the new millennium.
Well, technically, the new millennium doesn't start until January 1st, 2001. Yeah, obviously, there was no year zero, so
Okay, whatever, but come on, baby. I want to try this kinky thing I read about using warm vegetables. I've got carrots, potatoes, and your favorite, tomatoes.
You know, that's kind of a common mistake. The tomato actually is a fruit, not a vegetable. Interestingly enough, the tomato is in the same family as the poisonous nightshade plant. And
Listen, don't talk. Just come to bed. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
you know, it's odd that people call it that. There's actually no blowing involved. You know, the term probably originated.
Oh, forget it. I'm out of here. You can go yourself.
You know, technically, that's not possible.
This has been the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do, too.
I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Doing a hell of a job.
Thanks, man.
That's what they say in the bizarro world.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
How am I doing, Chick?
Incredible.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's Ace Cosby.
Are you still laughing?
Oh, I can't stop. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. We've been enjoying a lot of different types of music this morning, featuring a number of great bands. The Tower of Power horn section, the song What Is Hip from the Tower of Power. Of course, that horn section played with Little Feat on their famous live album.
Very overproduced.
No, not at all.
Well, this gentleman is Lonnie. He's a Night Ranger fan.
Why wouldn't he be?
And he says, yes, the lyrics are meaningless to that Night Ranger song.
I don't know, Lonnie.
Not like the Rivingtons.
You mean
one of Tom's favorite bands.
Are you talking about the classic Rivington song?
Papa Ooh Mau Mau.
See, there's a distinction. It's like Little Richard when he says bebop loop bop lop bam boom. He's not trying to say something. It's actually more profound than motorin'. What's your price for flight? That's language pretending to be meaningful.
I don't know about that.
Is that what they're saying here? Motorin'. I got that.
Right. What's it going to cost for her?
Yeah.
What is the cost of her being a little loose?
It's her independence. She's gotten her driver's license. She's a young gal. She's out there motoring.
Living the way one does.
Motorin sounds like a word you'd find in the British version of AAA.
Well, Donnie Baker helped explain that regionally that means cruising.
And the guy that was here that wrote the song said it was about his sister when she got her license, and he
can say what he was thinking when he wrote it. It doesn't mean it's any good.
True enough. Very, very good. It's better than that synthesized tower of power with their
That was all great musicians.
Auto-tune.
Great horn playing.
All of it's so fabricated.
Wait. It's the Rivingtons.
Yeah.
No, this is a classic.
Oh, sure. A true masterpiece. I do like it. Pretty wacky. Of course I like it. It's silly. See, unfortunately, Lonnie's argument, and I like Lonnie very much, doesn't hold up here because the song is about not understanding those lyrics.
Yeah.
So
it's brilliant.
Right.
This is the first record I ever bought. I bought it at a Woolworths.
How much was it?
$1. And
Wow.
I can remember the flip side was a kind of a gospel-y thing called Deep Water.
Oh, Deep Water is it?
I don't think I'd recognize it, but I just remember that. I didn't understand that records had a flip side, which is a weird thing because that doesn't happen anymore, really.
No.
Remember the great lyric, I've got time for listening to B-sides. What's that song from Blue Oyster Cult, Ace?
Burning for You.
Yeah, Burning for You. I love that lyric. Got time to listen to B-sides. In any event.
First 45 I ever shoplifted was...
I purchased mine, being an honest man.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got love in my tummy.
Certainly a lesser song than Papa Ooh Mau Mau.
Chewy, 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 baby.
I remember that one.
That's the song.
Yikes.
It's very chewy.
You're forgiven. You were young.
Yeah.
First record you ever purchased, Josh?
Sammy Hagar, Standing Hampton was the first CD I ever purchased on my own. Yes.
You never bought a vinyl one when you were...
My dad we had all kinds of vinyl. I remember as a kid, we got Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. And we roller skated around the basement all day listening to that.
What are those boys doing down there?
Oh, my God. That one staring at a Bon Jovi in his hair. What's that mean?
Which cover did you get?
It was. It looked like it had water on it. It was gray.
Because the original had a girl in the crop top.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Little underboob.
The first album cover I ever completed
Bon Jovi trivia.
I want to know that. I know the answer to that.
Was that Rolling Stone one?
No, I used to have at myself to the ZZ Top Greatest Hits cover. There were like two or three just super hot.
Yeah, that's a famous cover. Yeah, but only on the Greatest Hits album.
My poor brother's CD.
It was weird though because the women had those long ZZ Top beards, probably imprinted on you. You like a woman with facial hair, do you?
That's right. Yeah.
Glad you didn't say Blind Faith.
Bearded lady. Don't say that, Pat.
You can't say it now, can you?
No.
Incredibly inappropriate.
Incredibly inappropriate.
Yes. Okay. There you go. And I'm sorry I brought up the time. Did you know that the Rivingtons had a sequel to Papa Ooh Mau Mau?
They did?
Mama Ooh Mau Mau?
You gotta be.
No.
Listen, entirely different.
Oh, my Lord.
Now they've lost their minds.
They really thought they were going to strike gold twice with that one.
Yeah, Mama Ooh Mau Mau.
It does sound like Jackie Gleason.
Boy, there's a topic. Attempted sequels that didn't work in the world of music.
Some did.
Nah. Let's twist again, maybe.
That was a hit. Now it's Judy's Turn to Cry was a hit. Unforgiven 2, Metallica. That was a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
You pulled 3 out of the bag just like that. Wow.
I listen exclusively to song sequels.
How about the Harry Chapin Taxi sequel?
Yeah.
It's in Josh's new book.
Oh, Uber?
These are just as good as the first one.
Wait a minute. That was a very nice joke. The Harry Chapin Taxi sequel. What was it called, Josh?
Uber. Yeah. Changing of the guard, if you will.
You see,
in the world of public transport.
Very good. Christy Lee is at her post at the news desk, and we were once again off topic. I'm so sorry, Christy.
That's okay. Well, now the light's on. I can't even.
You can do it.
A Nashville guitarist is going viral for chugging a beer hands-free while playing a guitar solo.
Yeah.
The 30-second clip shared on social media starts with Michael Chili Dog Castleberry.
Whoa. Castleberry
Chili
is
dog.
the chili dog. Chili put on chili dogs. Castleberry beef.
This guy's he's a big fella.
He's using a bottle of Miller High Life as a guitar slide at one point. Places the bottle between his teeth, tips his head back
Here it is.
to
Here's the
down
video.
its contents while his fingers play a solo during his rendition of Luke Combs's Beer Never Broke My Heart.
Great song.
I've got some audio. This is the audio. And so what he's doing, he's holding his a long neck beer by the top, and he's kind of gliding it across the strings, and then he puts it in his mouth hands-free, continues to play the guitar while throwing his head back and drinking the beer. Here's what it sounded like. Now he's drinking.
Yeah, head tilted back, just chugging it.
That guy can play.
He's very good.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yes.
And it went viral. A friend of mine sent it to me over the weekend. I sent it to you guys. And then after he downs the beer, then he holds it in the middle and uses the base of the beer to play.
Which is another, it's its own skill, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Playing at Tootsie's. Oh, I love that little bar right there in Nashville, right on the
girl
main drag.
side stage?
Yes, I did see the girl.
Getting into a musician?
Yeah, she loved the musician.
There's kind of a sequel to this story.
Tell us about it.
Is it sad?
Tell us everything.
Tom, don't.
What's sad about it?
We're adults. Let's have an honest give and take here.
Now for the guitar, is he using as a slide the AA chip that he got after this?
I don't know. It's really fun, and it's a great beer drinking crowd, and he's doing the thing with drinking the beer with the hands free. Here's the problem. He later that night reportedly drove his vehicle.
Okay, we don't have to do this story.
He fell asleep behind the wheel.
What?
With his car parked and running.
Oh, my God, Tom.
I'm just saying.
Is this real?
He allegedly told officers he had stopped drinking 2 hours prior to driving, said he was just sleeping while waiting for a friend. It seems legitimate to me.
He did the Robert Young?
Yeah, he performed poorly on field sobriety test and was taken into custody.
But he's okay.
Yes, he charged,
All right.
charged with a DUI.
Okay.
He didn't run a hose from
he
the
was asleep.
tailpipe.
The trick to that is you got to turn the car off, right? Right.
I don't
think so. I
thought
no.
you sit in the passenger seat. That way you can say you had no intention of driving.
Yeah.
I don't know that even matters. I don't think that counts.
There's something about the keys in the ignition.
Something,
but
yeah.
I don't think
But
that's
I could be way wrong.
Are you telling me my buddies that I party with don't know what they're talking about? That's crazy. I thought they knew everything.
Now, I have a story kind of like this. We were doing a so-called in-store at a music store, and Bob and I were there, and this was Van Halen was on tour, and it was a drum clinic, and the store was just packed. And Bob and I were standing on a table, and the security brought in Alex Van Halen.
Oh, sure. Yeah, one of the finest drummers.
Never
Yeah,
heard of him.
very
Alex
good.
is such a nice guy. Alex gets up on the table with us, and again, we're standing on like a four-top at a restaurant. It's a small table during this drum clinic. The place is packed. Someone hands Alex a bottled beer, long neck bottled beer, and Alex puts it in his mouth, dangling from his mouth. I'm trying to describe this. Throws his arms out like in a big cross, throws his head back, hands free, guzzles the beer.
Yeah.
The crowd goes berserk.
I would have never thought you'd be a guy who would want to see guys drink beer like that, but you're fascinated by it.
No, it was just a great moment, and Alex could not have been cool. He was such a nice guy.
You ever
He was
shoot a
answering questions.
beer? Ever shoot a beer? Like put a hole in the bottom and then open it up on
Shotgun?
the top?
Not really, no.
No?
I've done it. I used to lie. Was a big shotgunner, a big bonger. I do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Hands free?
Yes.
Wait a second. I can't believe this. You used to be fun and cool? What happened, man? Let's chug some beer together.
I
think I'm allergic.
I do have somewhat of an allergy to alcohol.
I want Sir do the party night back, man.
But the hands-free thing was...
Gives me diarrhea.
And Van Halen was great that night.
Of course.
I think Alex has cut back, if not quit.
I like to read before
these
bed.
days.
If I drink, I don't remember what I read.
That's very true.
Did you shotgun beers the night you peed the bed with that woman?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you Sir? Was it Sir Drinks a Lot? What was the name of your character?
Sir Dude the Party Night.
Sir Dude. Can we
He would
come
only
back
show
with that
up.
story?
He would only show up if I finished stuff, and I could do this back in the day. I could polish off a 12-pack of beer. and then Sir Dude would show up because I would take the 12-pack, put it over my head, and look through the handle like a knight.
And then would you go home alone, or would you go home with a lady?
Most of the time. Oh, yeah. Kidding me?
Let me tell you
Sir
about
Dude wasn't very romantic.
Raycon earbuds,
Yeah,
Tom. Here's some Raycon love from Nick. Nick writes, ordered my Raycon Everyday Earbuds last week. They sound great. Can't wait for your show to start this morning. Bought mostly for phone calls, but sound is amazing. Found myself listening to music right away. It's amazing. Thanks. I've been listening since early 90s. Nick from Battle Creek, Michigan, paren, not really from Michigan, just wanted my letter read. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nick, very
Battle
much.
Creek, the home of cereal.
That's right.
That's great.
Thank you very much. Tell me more about the Raycons.
Raycons everyday earbuds look, feel, sound better than ever, and not just white or black. They have all the colors with optimized gel tips for the perfect ear-in fit. Fits every ear ever made. Raycons also 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and, of course, priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. And I haven't even got to the 3 customizable sound profiles. Earbud tap functions, noise isolation, awareness mode. It's all there. Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 5-star reviews. So, of course, we have a deal for you. Hang on. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today. Show us some love with the /Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Score 15% off your Raycon purchase. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
If I remember when we come back, I've got a reason to play this. You know what this is, Christy?
YMCA?
That's it. When we come back.
We have a reason to play that?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Fascinating thought.
Ace has a very special announcement.
Is he going to be the new lead singer? All right.
We love you, Ace.
It's all happening when we come back. And, of course, another Ace Cosby joke of the day. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's right. There is laughter ahead. It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. It's Bob and Tom's work, farce, all the fun without really that much effort. Just keep it on Bob and Tom 24/7, and we'll keep that smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's not Brenda. It's us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Sorry, Brenda. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I like Brenda.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Rafael Nadal says his hip was injured during a second-round loss at the Australian Open in Melbourne to Mackenzie Donald. 6-4, 6-4, 7-5 defeat abruptly ended Nadal's title defense and bid for a record-extending 23rd Grand Slam trophy. From the NFL, Los Angeles Chargers have announced that Brandon Staley will be back for a third season as head coach. However, the same cannot be said for some of his offensive staff. The team on Tuesday announced that offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and quarterbacks coach Shane Day have been fired after just 2 years. NBA winners last night: Milwaukee, San Antonio, Denver, and the Sixers. Top 25 college basketball. Number 1, Houston beats Tulane. Number 13, Kansas State upsets number 2, Kansas. Number 4, Alabama beat Vanderbilt. Number 12, Iowa State over number 7, Texas. Number 9, Tennessee beat Mississippi State. Wake Forest upset number 19, Clemson. And number 21, Baylor beat Texas Tech. And the NHL last night: Minnesota, Montreal, the Flyers, Nashville, and Edmonton all skate to wins in regulation. Toronto and Chicago win in overtime. And Arizona wins in a shootout over the Wings. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Caponera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio. Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life. So when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut. I didn't finish. We got it. That's a wrap. And cut. When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut. All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try a topless. Action.
Another actor who wants to direct.
We'll be using that one.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Is that correct?
We do. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. This is Morgan Freeman.
Oh, hey, Morgan. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very kindly.
You calling from the Slammer?
Oh, of course, Sonny. Heard you talking about catchphrases and nicknames.
Oh, yeah? Well, we were trying to see if either the guys here maybe had like a catchphrase, like a get her done thing for their comedy show.
Reminds me of my good friend Andy Dufresne.
Yeah.
Andy Dufresne came to Shawshank Prison in 1947. For 19 years, Andy and I, of course, were the best of friends. And Andy learned quickly that everyone in prison is given a nickname.
I didn't know that.
Some good, some bad. Some so bad I can't even imagine.
Oh.
Or maybe I just don't want to. Andy learned about nicknames the hard way when he roomed with the book where they called Hambone. And it was Hambone who gave Andy the catchphrase people to this day still repeat in prison.
What's that?
Oh, please don't.
Steve Iott is here with us. You look like a clean liver, but you said that you used to be a smoker, which I find surprising.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I enjoy the occasional cocktail.
Do you know? What's your drink of choice? You look like kind of a shandy thing, or
a shandy.
Martini.
That's no compliment, is it?
Bitters at 5. Yeah.
I'm a beer guy. Beer guy.
You now?
Yeah. I used to drink way too much. I'd get all these stories where people tell me what I did before. And it's always embarrassing. One time I was really drunk. I put a $5 bill in my mouth, and I had a dancer take it out of my mouth with her butt. It's very embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's very. It also ruined my niece's recital. It really did.
Yikes.
What's wrong with that? Come on. Hey, I say, move your recital. Okay?
Wow. That's great.
Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Got his hands right on his organ. There's Josh Arnold.
Hello there.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Another Ace Cosby joke of the day. Coming up, there's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Want to congratulate our friends in Des Moines for selling out the Blue Balls 2023 tournament.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Oh, yes. It's fun, Christy. It's the blue balls. So you can.
Well, I know what blue balls
What
are.
happens with it, though?
That's a golfing event. You see.
Oh, golfing event.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's freezing outside, so is that it?
Well,
why don't they make it really challenging and make the golf balls green?
Let's see. They might lose the double entendre, among other things.
It's the Blue Balls tournament. Whenever you putt, it's about to go in. Someone just knocks it away. You got to restart again.
There you go.
You yell,
whore!
Man.
I'm so sorry. Congratulations to our friends in Des Moines in the Blue Balls tournament.
Talking about golf tees.
Very good. Let's see. What was I talking about?
By the way, Des Moines means Des Moines.
Okay, thank you very much.
Does it?
We've been playing lots of different types of music this morning. Having a lot of fun with it.
And you wanted to play something before the break. You teased us.
We've also been playing non-music. Okay.
Okay, but this is a true classic.
Yeah.
These drums are great.
One of those disco-era songs that managed to survive.
Got him tuned up there, doesn't he? Yeah.
4 on the floor.
Playing with his feet.
It's just catchy, and this is the long version. They're heading to the dance floor, Christy.
Exactly. That's enough time to get to the dance floor.
What do you think the percentages are of people singing this song?
Young man.
That if they did just a real quick glimpse of the history of the group, they'd be mortified.
Yeah. Well, I think the irony here is, of course, that most of the guys in the Village People have probably never eaten at the Y.
Yeah, not a lot of yodeling or dining,
I think,
depending on your
if you know what I mean.
euphemism.
I think only one or two were gay, I think. I think that's the way it went. And the manager was gay, I believe, Felipe Lopez.
I have no idea. I never really looked into it. I just enjoyed the music. I don't care about their sexual persuasion. I'm just saying eating at the Y seemed to be perhaps somewhat unknown for a couple of the folks. Never mind. There's no harm intended. Christy Lee is over there.
Well, why are you playing that?
Yeah, why'd you play it?
Why did you
Because
play that?
I'm trying to play a variety of tunes this morning with horns.
So it didn't make
There's
any
no
sense.
reason to play that?
Yeah, the
No
great horn
tie-in.
section. We're talking about live horns.
We weren't talking about live horns.
I was talking about live
We're talking
horns.
about guitar solos that you drink and play guitar at the same time.
Yeah, well, I was talking about.
I want to see you drinking a beer and playing a horn. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Out of the bell.
Maybe
Kind of a waterboarding.
I bet you could probably do it with bagpipes.
I don't know.
Bagpipes?
Because they have the bladder thing?
Because they got the bladder thing, so you're squeezing the bladder to get the air going through the pipes, so you could probably drop the mouthpiece out.
A beer and a harmonica. I will take a huge sip of beer and then play the harmonica. All right. We'll see how this goes.
What do they call those guys that return air that can hold a note forever?
Circular breathing.
Circular or whatever. Is that a real thing or is that like a hoax?
They can play a note forever.
It's
kidding?
The didgeridoo players do it. That weird Kenny G, he can do it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He did it for like 4 hours or something. He played a note. We talked about it.
Really?
Yikes.
Had to be.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to sit through that.
How many? I hope they were in a one-story building.
When that note when the note's over, the bass solo starts.
Speaking of drinking, sources are speculating that North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, might be in the midst of a midlife crisis.
Oh.
Some reports state Kim is turning 40, though some sources put him at 39 or even 38, and his long absences from the public suggest he may be dealing with an array of health issues. Dr. Choi Jin-wook, a Seoul-based North Korea academic, told the newspaper, quote, "I heard he is crying after drinking a lot. He is very lonely and under pressure," is the quote.
Huh. Kim Jong-un lonely. Wow.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to jump on that?
Wait, what?
Un is the loneliest leader that you'll ever know. Un's an isolated one. He's the cruelest leader since Saddam and his sons. Un is sad because Dennis Rodman won't visit no more. Wow. Kim Jong just drinks in his room cognac and wine with a heavier pour. Un is the loneliest leader. Un has a wife, probably beats her. Un is the loneliest leader that you'll ever know.
Oh, that poor guy.
I hope he doesn't go through a midlife. I mean, look, what's Putin going through that he's suddenly decided
Jeez, who knows?
to randomly attack a country? I mean, is Kim Jong-un going to get a Corvette with a missile launcher on it? Maybe a good bombing will cheer him up. Maybe killing some of his uncles with missiles at the firing squad. Remember that one?
Yes, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have rules.
Yeah.
And you know what he wants? He wants more.
Sure.
Like Marilyn Chambers at the end behind the green door. She looks like more. So there you go. That's what she wants. More.
She does. I've never seen that movie.
I saw it about, 40 years ago?
Right. When
I do remember that.
She looks.
There's a lot in there to remember.
Was Marilyn Chambers the porn star that before that had showed up on a box of detergent?
Yes.
I don't know if that's a rumor or
Wasn't it Ivory
actually
Snow or
happened,
something?
I thought when she was a kid.
I thought it was an urban
baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we can look that up. In the
I
meantime,
thought she played the little girl on Family Affair.
No.
With
was someone else.
Sebastian Cabot. I'm pretty sure
that
she
young lady,
did.
that did not go well.
No.
Buffy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Christy. Back to you.
Hey, have someone you want to cast an evil spell on?
Who doesn't?
Would you like to see the list?
Well, in Japan, curses are now for sale.
Oh.
In addition to things like K-pop memorabilia and used handbags, people in Japan can buy curses on the online flea market Mercari. Sora News 24 reports that one seller who goes by the handle Dark Arts Master Corpse
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to try to say his Japanese name, recently sold a forbidden curse for $235.
Are you kidding me?
No, after making their purchase, customers provide the names of the people they want cursed, Josh, and what they would like to have done to that particular target.
All right.
Customers receive a sacred paper talisman in the email, or in the mail rather, after the ritual is complete.
I'm writing them right now, Josh Arnold, and his,
seller-
his
the seller-
eyes fall out.
Has a perfect 5-star rating, so people must be happy with his work.
I'm looking. I'm a Mercari fan, and so I'm on there, and I searched.
I'm a Mercari fan.
I searched Forbidden Curse.
Is that available in the United States? I know on Etsy you can get a hat knitted with the hair of your enemy.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. You got to get the hair for them, by the way. They just...
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Etsy's got everything.
Forbidden Curse didn't really show much. No real curse.
Maybe you have to get it. Maybe it has to be in Japan.
Oh.
Maybe because you don't
That's
live in
a good
Japan.
scam, though.
Oh, here's a Dauphine handbag.
Wait a minute. How do you know it's a scam? It could be it could be real.
Yeah, you got any Vera Bradley in there? I need another handbag.
I'll check Vera Bradley, sure.
Okay, very good.
I know somebody in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Next.
An organization in Belgium is recycling human hair in an effort to help protect the environment. The Hair Recycle Project takes hair clippings and feeds them into a machine that turns them into matted squares, which can be used to absorb oil and other pollutants.
Really?
Project co-founder Patrick Jansen claims that 2.2 pounds of hair can absorb up to 2.1 gallons of oil and hydrocarbons.
Okay.
What? The hair comes from Belgian hair salons.
Christy,
Yeah.
look at this. This is the size of a doormat.
Oh, yeah. It's big.
This looks like it was cut off the back of a bear.
Ugh.
This is good, though. This is a natural way to get rid of that stuff.
I guess.
I mean, we're all essentially hair factories.
No, get a haircut. Why do you have to do this?
No. The point is, you would get a haircut, and they would take the clippings and send it to this machine, but it looks like a little tiny, like a 2 foot by 2 foot bear rug.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, but what would you buy that? Why would you want that?
Well, apparently they're using it. Would you say to absorb
hydrocarbons and oil? But
it's like from water. So could you put these on an oil spill?
I guess.
Hey, then what do you do with them?
You
throw them away.
You light them on fire.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
This is where again?
This is in Belgium.
Well, I understand they're head and shoulders above the rest of us when it comes to the environment.
They certainly are. I mean, there's no reason to be pert. Applies, really.
Yeah, it's that's very weird.
It is very weird.
What do they do with hair clippings in the States? Don't they put them in?
I don't know.
In soil or something, aren't they?
It's good mulch, right?
Yeah, it does something, right?
I thought doesn't it keep away? I thought they put it in the soil to keep something away. Doesn't it repel
deer or something?
Yeah, something like that. Is that what it is? It keeps the deer from.
I don't know.
The smell of the human hair.
I know when I get my hair cut, I keep it in my backyard so that if there's a balding Sasquatch nearby, you can use it as a wig.
Oh, really?
Nice. Isn't
That's
that cute?
nice.
That's
Yeah.
kind of just a cute little.
Very thoughtful.
Wasn't swinging for the fences with that joke. You should have putting it out there.
And nor should you have. It's just a nice comment.
Yes.
Everyone doesn't have to be a killer laugh.
No reason to hurt myself stretching.
But if you want a killer laugh, don't you have to go over that way?
I don't think we have to. I think we've done that more than
I would love to.
We have one more.
I think we're owed one more, Ace.
We owed it.
That sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Yesterday, I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon.
How about that?
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Which came first?
Very good. We have to meet you halfway on that one. I like it.
You didn't check the box. Save by having him put in the same box.
Yeah.
Oh, different companies.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Could have got $2 in digital credit.
Thank you very much. Now, we have a lot going on here. Give me the teaser, Christy.
Coming up, we have 140 pounds of meth found in acrylic paint.
140 pounds? That's a sixth grader worth of meth.
Yeah.
I just realized how I just kind of
A sixth
outed
grader?
I was a chubby sixth grader. I was a big kid.
My God,
Yeah, I had a
that's an
big gut. Not a lot of
adult-sized
friends either.
person.
Are you trying to tell me that you were a chubby kid, a real?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wasn't maybe in that grade, but apparently Willie was a fat.
Yeah. Just a real porker.
Real porker.
Yeah, a lot of 2x4 jokes. Can't walk through the door and such.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Husky. What is it?
A lot of boom bobbas.
Remember the jeans? Sears Husky denim or something?
Portly denim?
Yeah. The Man of Dimension, I think, or something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, I would say coming up, we have some fascinating things in the news.
Yeah, we do.
Including what, Christy?
Well, we have a really interesting story if you want to find the fountain of youth. It might be closer than you think. We also have, for those of you who aren't lucky in love, a Toronto Zoo is stepping in for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
no! It's not what you think. This is some bestiality.
The heavy bang a kangaroo. The heavy petting zoo.
Hey, listen, the chimps are 1,000. The kangaroos
Why
are
did
only
you guys
650.
go there?
I don't know.
That's the way you ordered it. Obviously, was
Oh, my gosh.
right now, let's change the subject entirely. We have some great stuff coming up next weekend, or this weekend. I'm talking about great football.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be getting to the shoe-in of the week coming up on this show probably tomorrow. HelloFresh recognizes the fact that it's time for some great food in this year.
Young Willie liked big food a lot.
2023.
Ate too much of it, I think.
Thank you very much. Check this out. HelloFresh has the new Fast and Furious recipes. No, it's Fast and Fresh, Tom. Things like the falafel bowls or the Southwest pork and bean burritos ready in just 15 minutes. HelloFresh. They want to help you out, and what they're going to do is send you the box. Inside the box, they've done the shopping, they've done the measuring, you put it together. And, for example, this weekend you could have some very professional-tasting snacks, appetizers, main dishes, and more, courtesy of the HelloFresh Marketplace. And once again, you put them together, they've done the measuring, they've done the shopping, saving you a ton of time. What are some of the most recent ones, Willie?
Check out the Italian chicken and pepper sandos with potato wedges and garlic sauce. HelloFresh sends you 11 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious Hall of Fame meal that you made at home with help from our friends at HelloFresh.
And they've cranked it up to this. 22 free meals as part of a special package and free shipping. That code is BT Show 22 for that special offer. BT Show 22, like Bob Tom Show 22. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 22. Once again, 22 free meals and free shipping. That's BT Show 22. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 22. Restaurant quality food, and you'll have a great time and enjoy some great food, I'm telling you. When we come back, once again, we have a bunch of interesting animal stories. We've got deer, we've got mice, we've got a leopard on the loose.
And a lemur.
And a lemur.
Love lemurs.
In somebody's garage. That's right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
About your britches, baby.
About your britches.
About your britches.
Monday, Tuesday, hump day is halfway. Stick it in the pig, pop it in the bank. Saturday's coming quicker than anything. 48 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't come. Gonna blow a wad on you. 20 for the rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, 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 I'm coming in my pants. My shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I'm coming in my pants. My shirt is my best suit, baby. Come in my I'll pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come too soon. Oh, dang.
Fantastic.
Here come the mummies.
Mixes for cornbread, biscuits, fudge brownies, and caramel turtle brownies. They should be on your store shelves later this month. Jeremy Renner, good news, out of the hospital and at home, recovering from that major chest trauma and injuries he suffered when his snow tractor ran over him as he was trying to dig out a relative's car on New Year's Day near Lake Tahoe in Nevada. By the way, no signs Renner was impaired and no signs of foul play, but authorities are still investigating. And the Sundance Film Festival will return in person to audiences this week. After 2 years of having to go virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Sundance starts in Park City, Utah. It will run for 10 days beginning tomorrow with more than 100 films, including films about Brooke Shields, Michael J. Fox, Little Richard, and Steph Curry. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What kind did you opt for? Because they have all kinds of flanges and reserve tips.
That's
and
the thing.
Sizes.
That's why there's so many choices. I got 2 different boxes, which is ridiculously optimistic.
Do you have one in your wallet?
I don't have one in the wallet.
Where do you put it? On his penis.
Yeah, it won't work unless you do that.
Yeah, that's how. That's how
No
they
wonder.
work.
I wish I'd known that 30 years ago.
I tell you what, Willie's glad you didn't. I can tell you that.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a part.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time again for 3 Questions with.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Phil Mondor, and welcome to America's most concise interview show, 3 Questions With, the exciting, fast-paced interview show where we ask 3 pertinent questions to today's biggest newsmakers. My guest today is presidential hopeful Ralph Nader. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nader. I see that you're sitting and ready to go forward with the interview. Are you comfortable, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Phil.
Didn't have any problems finding the studio, did you?
No problems at all, Phil.
Good. So, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
This has been 3 Questions with. Join us next week for 3 Questions with Osama bin Laden. That's it. 3 questions.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I had something to say here. I'll tell you later.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
Dear
You got a letter?
Tom.
All right.
We put human hair around our young cherry trees to keep out the deer.
Okay, all right.
There you go.
Okay.
I thought it was deer.
Yeah, we had a story about recycling of human hair
In Belgium.
They turned it into some kind of oil soaking up mat.
Good.
Hydrocarbons. It's a good thing, I guess, if it cleans up the
It's just
environment.
We get the hair from a barbershop in Suttons Bay, Michigan. There you go, Tom.
Really?
It's everything.
Do you know where
everything
Sutton's
love.
Bay is?
Sure, that's where Hemingway was.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah. But it wasn't where he was on that hot July day.
No, that wasn't.
Okay, it was in Idaho. I have no need to bring that up. The point is,
What a beautiful spot.
do you remember this? The news story about the guy that made a suit out of human hair. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but why are we going to bring it up now?
Because we're.
Well, it was creepy and gross and.
Is it like a sustainability thing? Is that why they're doing it?
Well, maybe he wants to be a Sasquatch.
Could be.
Yeah.
I want to be a Sasquatch.
As I recall it wasn't a bad-looking suit.
It looked better than you would have thought. Yeah.
That's true.
Hair suit. Her suit.
Well, but think about it.
Is that where they get that?
What's a leather sport coat? What's a leather pants?
Probably about $199.
It's skin. It's a skin suit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Right?
You're wearing the skin of
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to dig this story up. I can't find it. I'm trying to find it.
Well, thanks for that.
I remember it was just kind of weird.
Isn't there old fabric we can recycle? And can't we get fabric from animals that have already been killed? Isn't there a lot of ways where we can source fabrics and materials?
Spoken like a millennial.
Well, no, I'm just saying we don't need to start recycling our hair just yet.
Can we go to
There's plenty of synthetic fibers.
Yes.
I want to go to a landfill and make a turtleneck out of a Diet Pepsi bottle.
That does sound like a fun time. Me and Uncle Chick at the landfill.
Melt it down.
Get ourselves a cat we can hang out with out there.
You know, at the
I bet a landfill cat is not nice.
At the dump, they have like 100 signs that says no scavenging. You're supposed to go, you dump off, and get out. You can't go through other people's trash.
Do you guys giggle at the signs that say no dumping?
Oh,
yes, of course.
Every time.
Do you ever late at night hop out of the car and leave one?
I've always wanted to.
Yes. Just hope there's no security camera.
I also want to get a picture of me. There's a sign near here that says gross weight, and I want to stand in front of it frowning.
Do they have junkyard cats?
I don't know.
Sure.
It's a joke, and it's always sunny in Philly. I was just kind of, I imagine when I see a junkyard in my head, in my mind's eye, there's a mean cat there.
Yeah.
Feral cats all over the place. They're going through eating everything.
I would watch a Disney cartoon called Junkyard Cats.
Have real jazzy like the old Top Cat cartoon. They all talk with New York accents.
In my head, one of the cats is hairless, and her goal is she's always trying to find old fur coats people threw out. And so she's got a fun look every
Voiced by Jada Pinkett.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
No, and one of them is Anthony Michael Hall. Trouble with cats, they can't handle their smoke.
Oh, you know what, Chick, I'm with you, but I don't think he's allowed to do that anymore.
And daggone it.
What's that from? Anthony Michael Hall does a character, and he does it in Weird Science and in Breakfast Club, and it's hilarious. Just like an old blues man.
Yeah.
But I promise you.
It used to be like my Michael Irvin then.
I used to be somebody.
Yeah.
That you can't do anymore.
We can't do it. Sorry, we won't do it.
But he was so good, and it was so funny, he should be excused from any sort of...
Good luck.
Sometimes things are funnier than they are offensive.
And a lesson I learned from Tom today.
You'll never find.
That's right. We're just playing different kinds of music.
As long
God, this is a great song.
Nope,
great.
it's Lou Rawls.
Years.
And
back
that was on WCOL in Columbus, Ohio. It was which was a top 40 station when I was a kid. That was a top 40 hit.
Yeah,
sure.
That's great.
Across the board. Big hit.
Big hit.
I apologize. Is Lou Rawls still with us?
No.
Oh, man. Anybody get to see him ever?
I never did. I would have loved it.
He was cleaning his house one day.
Yeah.
And he loaded up a truck and went out to the dump.
Yeah.
And was attacked by a feral cat.
Oh, man. Got cat scratch fever, died instantly.
I didn't know what it was at first.
Yeah.
Lie.
Cat murder.
Next,
his last words were, I found it. I found it.
He said, you cats are crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about religion, Lou?
Well, speaking of cats, we can't talk about cats without mice, right?
Sure.
Scientists have been able to reverse aging, apparently, in mice. According to CNN, young mice aged prematurely in one experiment, whereas old blind mice used in another regained their eyesight, developed smarter, younger brains, and built healthier tissue.
This is amazing.
Wait, they regained their eyesight?
Yes.
Wait, you mean old blind mice?
He was very good. Now, he opened for Lou Rawls.
Yeah, I think he did.
According to their study, the team also tackled brain, muscle, and kidney cells and restored them to much younger levels.
This is actually kind of fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
You could live forever.
No thanks.
You wouldn't want to live forever.
You could at least live long enough to watch The Irishman.
It's a lengthy film, you see.
It's a long one.
Clocks in over 3 hours.
Any day, could we possibly have made this a series?
You could have said Avatar.
You're aware of, if you've got the HBO. Wow. You could have made this, instead of one lengthy sit-down.
Maybe they could have
Somebody kill this son of a bitch, would you please?
I'm gonna blow your mind. What's the series on Netflix right now that you can watch it in any order?
Kaleidoscope.
It's called Kaleidoscope, Tom. There are 10 episodes, 8 episodes.
It's fun. I like it.
And you can watch it in any order, Tom, and it makes sense.
I love when gimmicks overrule character work.
Choose your own ending.
I'd like to see how you watch that. Get a hold of it.
I can't get through 12 episodes of anything.
12?
This is only 8.
You'd love The Bear.
Well,
I'm going to try to watch The Bear. I've heard that's great.
Bear.
I gave up on what's the cute one about the soccer team in Britain?
Ted Lasso?
I gave up on that one.
Wait a minute. What's Ted Lasso about? Does anybody know?
Oh, you'd love it. You'd love it.
It's a great little comedy.
Fresh idea here. Sort of takes the fish out of water. You see, he's from America, but he moves to England. They call flashlights torches. What do you mean you need am I Frankenstein?
What? Josh, what happened in that episode where he reads the word favorite, but British, they of course spell it slightly differently. Did he have
They put a U in it.
That's got to be great.
Same all right.
And don't ask about a cigarette.
Oh,
Emmys.
Yeah. Christy.
Many Emmys.
I found the thing about this is it was a suit made from mustache hair from human beings.
Mustache.
It's called the mohair suit.
Yeah.
It was as part of the so-called Movember celebration.
Spread out.
Gotcha.
Look at it. Look at it. It does look better than.
It does look better than it sounds.
But then as soon as somebody goes, hey, it's made out of mustache hair, you go, oh, it is.
Can you guys see the little mustache on the pocket there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
Well, they at least could have combed the boogers out.
Now, does it like shed, if you will? I mean, does the hair fall out of it as it ages?
How would they
glued on?
I don't know.
I'm trying to see if they say. I mean, it's obviously done for a good cause, and it did get a Guinness World Record
for the grossest suit ever made.
The hair. Oh, this is interesting. The hair used in the project was mailed in.
Well, you don't want female in. That's gross.
Female mustache hair? Yeah.
Welcome to Selleck's. We have sizes.
Okay. Well,
Mr. Selleck's mustache hair.
And they also did a different version called Fu Man Chaps.
Oh, yeah?
Assless.
Fu Man Shoot.
Fu Man what?
Fu Man Shoot.
Shoot, okay.
Chew.
Okay. Take it easy.
Fu Manchu is the name of
I was like 11 years old when I heard Confucius say, most men smoke, but Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
And
Tom, where would you buy
lost my mind.
Facial hair shoes? Oh, I just ruined it. Let me try again.
Okay.
Where would you buy footwear made out of facial hair?
I don't know where.
Fu Man shoes. I'm just having fun with everybody.
That's a fun one.
I'm sorry. I thought this was an all swim.
All right,
Couples only.
out of the pool.
Out of the water.
An all joke.
We got algae in the pool.
Christy, would you make love to Tom Selleck? Yes or no?
That mustache is not a turn on for me.
What?
The Ferrari, yes.
You're not going to see his
Mustache,
face.
It's going to be dark.
That was
Wow.
degrading to everyone.
You'll be kissing the steering wheel.
And that's not fair.
Does he have back hair?
Unless they're standing in front of a mirror, then she can see him.
All right. Well, so I'm not sure where we're going anymore.
Well,
I know we have
either.
sex
We're going to come back, though.
sex toys in the park. Coming up, sexy time with Allie Breen. We got this bookstore story. Okay, I've had enough. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, so why don't I do this song? This is the song that closes the movie Punching the Clown here.
Okay, good.
It's about being on the road. Oh, so many words. All right. I'm in Minneapolis, you're in Hollywood, and I heard for you things were going pretty good. You're screening your calls. I'm freezing my balls off because I'm in Minneapolis and you're in Hollywood. I'm in Jasper, Texas. You're in La La Land. And I just did a show and got heckled by the Ku Klux Klan. You're having sex on the beach. I'm opening for Screech because I'm in Jasper, Texas and you're in Hollywood. I'm in Opelousas, Louisiana. You're back in L.A. And I heard from you were making $3,000 a day. You're signing some girl's boob. I'm reaching for some lube because I'm in Opelousas, Louisiana, and you're in Hollywood. Just a little footnote here. I did this song in L.A., and Drew Carey came up to me afterward, and he said he liked the song, but he non-ironically came up and said, you know, that one line about the $3,000 a day or whatever, like, should be more, right? That's not a lot of money. I was like, I don't know what a lot of money is, so I don't know. All right, here we go. Key change. I'm in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. You're in Tinseltown. And I just saw your face on TV while I was flipping around. You're at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm next door to an Al-Qaeda cell. There's mud coming out of the water spout, and the toilet paper just ran out. So excuse me if I sound just a little off kilter. I've been wiping my butt with a friggin' coffee filter from wherever the heck I said I was, and you're in Hollywood. This is a true story. Okay. I'm in a bowling alley somewhere near Oskaloosa, Iowa. You're on the Walk of Fame. And the people here seem to think my songs are lame. I just did a show and they hated my guts. Some chick with a mullet just kicked me in the nuts. Same damn song for the 2000th time. You are the blossom and I am the vine. I'm gonna go to the hotel and drown my sorrow. Does anybody have a rope I can borrow? Because I'm in wherever the heck I was. You're in Hollywood.
Henry Phillips, write what you know, the true stories of life on the road.
Except for lyrics that you don't know.
Authorities in Nevada say Renner suffered serious chest injuries when he was run over by his own snowplow while helping free a relative's car on a road near Lake Tahoe on New Year's Day. As you recall, they had a large amount of snow in a short amount of time. The 52-year-old Oscar nominee also plays Hawkeye in Marvel's Avengers movies. Millions of Chinese taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day, which falls on Sunday. In December, China abruptly dropped near-daily coronavirus testing and the QR code monitoring of residents after public frustration boiled over into protests. This month, it dropped most remaining restrictions, including the demand that overseas travelers must go into lengthy and expensive quarantine. That also increasing the travel for the Lunar New Year holidays. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. That's Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, call waiting.
Hello, Graber. How's the farm?
Good, Carl. Good to see you. Oh, wait a minute, Carl. I see Fritz is here waiting to talk with me.
Okay, Graber. I'll just stand here and wait.
Hi, Fritz. I'm talking to Carl right now. Can you wait for a moment?
Yeah, fine, Graber. I'll just stand here.
Okay, Carl. Now, where were we?
Call waiting. Another new world convenience from the old world minds at Amish Bell. Remember, we take Visa, quilts, and cheese. Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Michaels, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hi. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Tom, your thoughts on that joke that Chick did?
Here, you want to hear it again?
Oh, witty.
I agree.
Is that from the Algonquin Round Table?
What fresh hell is this?
Did Robert Benchley lift his left ass cheek to release that one?
It was actually Dorothy Parker, but good guess there.
She couldn't get enough of that guy.
I say, Dorothy, that sounds like a wet one. You happy now?
There's Jessica Alsman. She's here. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
That's it. That's me.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Since you're here, Jessica, I want to tell you something.
Good luck, Jessica.
All right.
I was at an event a couple years ago.
I was at an event.
And there was a very nice couple there, and they had one of their kids with them. And they were calling to the child, and the child's name was Rivington, which I thought was very impressive. I said, I assume you named that child after this great song from the rock and roll repertoire.
Did they say where Rivington came from?
No, just a name they liked.
I said, mind your own business and leave us alone.
Rivington.
See, it does sound lofty.
Has viola.
And then this kind of brings it back to earth, if you will. But great song. Wasn't this used in... What was didn't Quentin Tarantino use this in something?
Not that I'm aware of.
It sounds like a rich kid party song. I feel like it would be used in that Tom Cruise, the Risky Business. In that movie.
I feel like I heard at the skating rink or something. Like
just a classic.
Couple skate.
Dad, this sounds like your parents are out and you call your buddy, oh, Seymour, you must get here. Mom and Dad went to the gala.
That's
We're going
right.
to play the Rivingtons and drink some gin.
Seymour was my math teacher's first name.
Chadwick.
Who was your best friend in grade school? Wow, if you have to think that hard.
Well,
you
no.
didn't have
Lofty McBlueblood. He was,
No, it was either
Peter Pretentious.
It was either Bobby, who is now a professor in
Yes.
Champaign, Illinois, or Chuck.
Bobby or Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck sadly is no longer with us.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Couldn't sing the name game for himself, could he?
Yeah.
no, he couldn't.
No.
Couldn't enjoy it like we all
It
could.
was a lightning.
but they
It was
did
a
a-
lightning strike. Actually, it was very unfortunate.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Is that true?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep. Latiano
Some
Islands.
guys
Latiano Lightning. They get some pretty serious lightning up there.
Some guys.
Oh, wow. I don't know anybody that's been killed by lightning.
Yeah, it was awful.
My dad knows somebody that died from every fun thing you can ever think of.
Yeah.
Really?
They were canoeing at the time.
All right,
Were
having
there
a
any
good time?
Chuck roast jokes? Any
No,
Chuck
sadly.
Having a good time playing cornhole? I heard about a guy, a cow flew in the backyard, landed on him, killed him. That's what I heard.
You want to go on a trampoline? Sucks for you. Can't do it. Some guy's in a wheelchair now.
The only thing you have to worry about after you go on a trampoline is where you're going to put the ramp. Okay? That's right.
He was in the canoe with another person, and the other person didn't.
They were under the canoe.
All hiding from the lightning?
Yeah, the guy in the middle lived, actually.
Didn't work, huh?
The guys on the ends didn't?
That's correct.
Chuck took one for the team.
Another guy took one for the team. There
Yep.
were 3 guys? Wow.
Oddly, coincidentally, he was part of the school symphony there. He was the conductor.
Wow, I
One
get
of
it.
life's-
That's an electrocution joke.
One of life's great ironies.
Because not a lot of children conduct their own.
I know, he was really
Yeah, he must have
I'm
been
so
good.
sorry. You asked me who my best friend was. I told you.
Oh, he was your best friend?
Now,
That must have hurt.
Josh, let me ask you something. Hi, welcome to Views on Comedy. Today's guest is Josh Arnold. Now, how far away is the conductor joke from the time you worked at the orange juice factory? Now, how far are those two jokes? Are they related or?
They are somewhat related, yes. Yeah. You guys remember how I had to work at the orange juice factory?
No.
No, I don't.
there?
know
I got
that.
fired. It was hard for me to concentrate. But the thing about it
See, now,
is,
the point is,
Very similar.
Yes.
very similar. I was thinking. We'll be right back.
Okay.
now you worked at an elevator factory. Is that
I
correct?
did,
Yeah.
but I couldn't count on it. I had a lot of ups and downs.
I see. Yeah. Isn't that something?
Now, if you'd like to hear something better than that,
And then move your shoulders.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, Saturday night, Meyer Theater. It's Greg Hahn, Dave Dyer, and Josh Arnold.
Almost sold out.
Don't waste any more time. Get
Don't
your
dilly-dally.
tickets.
In Chicago this weekend, it's Willie G.
What's Dyer doing?
So far from being sold out.
Plenty of room.
Josh, we're selling tickets. The headliner is very well liked.
Where is it
As
again?
opposed to my show.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's at the Comedy Bar. They're in downtown Chicago. Come hang out.
All right, very good. Now, we have Christy Lee at the news. Can we at least get the lemur story off our chest
Yeah,
here?
come on, Christy. Jeez.
A family in Illinois was shocked to find an endangered ring-tailed lemur in their garage.
I bet.
Officials at the Miller Park Zoo said a family in Bloomington discovered the animal after investigating noises coming from the garage. Zoo staff responded to the residents along with an Illinois conservation officer, and together they were able to safely retrieve the lemur. Dubbed King Julian after the popular Madagascar movies. The lemur was moved to the zoo, where he is currently being cared for while police look for the lemur's
you wanted to be
owner.
moved because, as you know,
I like to move it, move it.
There he is.
I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
yeah, it gets
Sorry,
a
I
little
missed
annoying.
those.
Great. Your boy David Schwimmer's a nervous elephant or something.
Isn't that Sacha Baron Cohen?
He's a giraffe.
You've never seen the penguins?
The penguins are
I've
the
seen them in
best.
trailers, and I did laugh because they were very spy-like.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to repair the plane?
So,
how long is it going to take? 6 to 9 months. 69 months! No, I said 6 to 9.
So somebody had a pet lemur?
Apparently, somebody has a pet lemur in the Bloomington,
And
Illinois
they're having
area.
trouble finding it?
God, wouldn't that be great to have
I
a pet
submit
lemur?
in the crazy rich exotic animal market, lemurs are often overlooked.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they'd be fun.
they're
Is
too.
nice.
it legal to have an endangered species lemur?
I don't know. It depends on where you live. Every state has different rules.
I don't think you can travel
recommend
there.
it.
Are there telephone poles with pictures? Have you seen my lemur? Please call.
Maybe that's why.
That would have been terrifying.
You know, if I had a pet lemur, I would sit around the house and open my fly and let him pop out every now and then. And look around and then go back in. That's what I do.
How about a kid's book? The lemur drives a BMW. It's called Lemur in a Beamer.
Ooh, wow.
I would have retired after Concentrate. you were doing great.
You don't like Lemur in a Beamer?
Lemur in a Beamer.
No.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Good luck.
I wonder if lemurs are. I've not been around a lemur before.
What about a lemur who decides he wants to not be a lemur anymore?
Yeah.
He wants to transition into being a wood-gnawing animal. It's called lemur to beaver. Funnier. You laughed in spite of yourself.
Wouldn't the joke be lemur to beaver?
That's what I said. Lemur to beaver.
Okay. Lemur to beaver.
Yeah.
That's very good. That would work.
How many comedians have you seen that you thought they bombed because you didn't understand what they said?
Not too many.
What about a lemur who can only be sexually gratified if somebody takes a dump on his chest? It's called Cleveland lemur. They keep getting better.
I have a letter.
Let's hope it's funnier than that.
Lady and supposed gentleman.
Okay, must be
Whoa.
You have been playing the Rivingtons all morning.
Yeah, what of it?
You guys do know that you're trying to gain listeners, right?
See, that's not our business
This
strategy.
song absolutely does not. Thank you, Jeremy in Huntsville.
You don't like Papa Umau Mau?
Apparently, Jeremy in Huntsville doesn't.
Maybe you need to have more diverse taste.
No, Jeremy, I think you're a wonderful human being, and thank you
What
for
is a Rivington?
emailing in.
I don't know.
Somebody that rivets?
It holds, it's the union.
It does sound like a lofty name from some old English movie. I say, Rivington, give me that book. I'm not sure if any of the Rivingtons are still with us.
I'd say none, considering that song came out in the 30s.
Maybe they're touring.
Did it come out in the 30s?
Oh, I looked it up. It says a Rivington is 2,000 pounds of rivings.
God, I would have maybe even lemur to beaver. I would have left it there. And
Don't listen to him. You're on fire.
I keep shooting, Michael Jordan. Within that minute, I had forgotten about lemur to beaver. Am I the only one working today?
Hey, Josh, you always miss the shots you don't take, okay?
Right.
oh, okay.
Damn right.
All right, coming up, we're going to have Sexy Time with Allie Breen. But first, I want to remind you the beauties of the beauty of being home and enjoying your natural surroundings in your backyard, feeling safe because you have Simply Safe. If you don't believe us, by the way, read the reviews. Simply Safe, thousands of positive reviews. Chick McGee turned me on to it. Tell me more.
Simply Safe will give you peace of mind. That's right. You design it yourself, you install it yourself, and Simply Safe, how good is it? Well,
how good is it?
Best Home Security of 2022 by U.S. News and World Report
there you
for
go.
the third year in a row. Emergency? Well, 24/7 professional monitoring agents use Fast Protect technology with Simply Safe to capture critical evidence and verify the threat is real, so you get faster police dispatch. Fast Protect technology exclusive to Simply Safe. Whole home security with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door, HD security cameras inside and out, and smarter ways to detect motion that alert you only when a threat is real. And my favorite part, the Simply Safe app for your smartphone. Stay in complete control of your system wherever you are. Vacation, check in with your house. Maybe you're on an extended stay in the hospital. Check out your house with your app on your phone. Arm, disarm, unlock for a guest. Access your cameras, all for less than $1 a day. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes online at simplysafetom.com. Go today. Claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Vital trivia fact. The Rivingtons appeared as a doo-wop group on a 1990 episode of Night Court.
All right.
And Night Court was just brought back.
Last night,
one of my favorite shows. I have them recorded. I'll watch the new one.
They also appeared in an episode of L.A. Law.
Did they?
And apparently, briefly, a member of the Rivingtons was the great Barry White.
How about that?
How about that?
Just a duo
They called him
group?
Deep Rivington.
Deep River.
He had a very deep
A
voice.
doo-wop group, they were known as. It's not what you think it is.
It's not a...
Never mind.
I don't know what you think.
An Italian think tank?
All right.
Sitting around drinking a soft drink, do
Oh, boy.
Mountain Dew.
Well, when we come back,
If
You know what? I don't care. I don't care if anybody else is having fun or not.
when we come back, it'll be sexy time with Allie Breen. Your relationship questions. We'll answer them for you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned this earlier this morning, but I'm going to mention it again because Tom Griswold has taught me how radio works. We're always getting new people tuning in at various times. Therefore, the information I gave earlier may have been missed by those that are tuned in now. There you have it, Radio 101. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. Coming up this weekend, Josh Arnold live on stage with Greg Hahn, David Dyer. It is the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show Comedy Tour 2023. The brand new debut is going to be at the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My gosh, what better place to visit on a Saturday night in January than wonderful Green Bay, Wisconsin? And that's where the boys will be live on stage. But don't worry about the weather. It will be hot with Greg Hahn, Dave Dyer, and Josh Arnold. Visit thatjosharnold.com for tickets and information. And you can also contact the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They'll get you hooked up with those 20 tickets for you and your 19 best friends heading in to see the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show Comedy Tour Saturday night, only this Saturday night, January 21st, the Meyer Theater in beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin. Have some fun. Come out and support these young men with a dream. Greg Hahn, David Dyer, and Josh Arnold.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. Alaska state troopers say a polar bear has attacked and killed 2 people in a remote western Alaska village. KTUU cites troopers as saying they received the report of the attack at 2:30 in the afternoon Tuesday in Wales on the western tip of the Seward Peninsula. Troopers say initial reports indicate that a polar bear entered the community and chased multiple residents before they fatally attacked the 2. The bear was shot and killed by a local resident during that attack. A French nun who was believed to be the world's oldest person has died shortly before her 119th birthday. She died in her sleep early Tuesday. Her name is Lucille Randon. She's known as Sister André and was born in the town of Ailes, southern France, on February 11th, 1904. And she also was one of the world's oldest survivors of COVID-19. Sister André tested positive for the virus back in January of 2021, a few weeks before her 117th birthday, but she had so few symptoms that she didn't even realize that she was infected at the time. And millions of Chinese are taking advantage of the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions to make an emotional journey back to their families for Lunar New Year holidays. Some are traveling for the first time in 3 years. Referred to in China as the Spring Festival, it may be the only time of the year when urban workers return to their hometowns. The Chinese government expects over 2.1 billion journeys to be made during a 40-day travel period around New Year's Day in China, which falls on Sunday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good. Right. Cake, great. Right. Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Man, there's a lot of fortune in the Baker name, Christy.
Is there?
Well, first there was Betty Baker, NASCAR driver.
Sure.
And then Ginger Baker, he got hired on, drummer for Creams.
Right.
And then Dusty Baker, he won World Series.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
We're on a hot streak. The fact remains, I've sort of stained the Baker name of late, and I've got a confession I want to make right here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hooked on fentanyl.
Oh, no.
Fitting all this pork in your crouch. Swear to God. Hey, chick, can I get a tape of that?
Yeah, on the way.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
I recently got married, and
attaboy.
Yeah, and my wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that, but I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name.
She must really love you.
Call me old-fashioned, but
Hell, you got the tattoo. Why
not? My wife actually got pregnant on our wedding night.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, not by me. It was a crazy night. But either way, I'm getting a brother. So. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't think her parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if their dad's short, don't try and pick him up. Oh, you're like a little baby, Dad.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, howdy, chick.
Howdy do. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Jessica Alsman is here.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold.
Chick McGee.
Willie has a collection of paper airplanes that I've made and thrown at him.
I got like 4 over here.
Look at those.
Wasn't there one thrown on the field during a game over the weekend? Did anybody see that?
They do that every now and then. I don't know if it happened this weekend.
I think it did happen this weekend.
Makes it all the way down to the field.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Let me tell you about it, Tom. Yeah. I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Now, this is the portion of the show where we try to do a public service by helping people with their love lives.
Oh, yeah.
And we turn to someone who's been around the block once or twice.
And what's the total count? How many people we helped? Of all the letters we've ever read, how many?
2.
I think that's high.
Yeah.
We have as our
negative,
guest
I think.
hostess. It's the lovely Allie Breen.
Hi, Allie.
Hi, guys.
And I can
How
tell.
are you?
I can tell you're in your apartment.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Ace said it looks a little dusty, so.
You still have your Christmas lights on your fake tree. I like that.
They're never coming off. They'll stay on until next year.
Awesome.
If we were to go into your refrigerator right now, Allie, what would we find?
There's a lot of condiments there. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
Condoms.
Sure.
Wow. You want to keep them fresh, I guess.
Keep them fresh. That's
Maybe
my
a little-
motto.
You thaw those out in the microwave?
Yesterday was Condom Day with Kostaki Economopoulos. Now that he's going through a divorce and is now as a vote of confidence in himself, he went out and purchased some condoms, and he was quite surprised. I guess in the intervening years from his singlehood, I guess the market has expanded. And
hey, what do you think of Kostaki? Maybe we put a matchmaker.
Allie has her boyfriend, right?
So?
Yep.
What?
Taken. Otherwise, Kostaki's perfect.
Tick, tick, tick. Okay. Come on.
They've been at it for years
They've
now.
already broken up, what, 3 times, 4 times?
Probably at least that.
See?
How's he doing? Is he doing well?
He's doing good. Yeah, he's been good.
Tell him we said hello.
What a
I will.
kiss-ass.
I definitely will.
Very fine actor.
He's on Billions, and I want him to get me on that.
Now, the way the show works is you go to ALLIBREEN on your keyboard, type that in, and you'll find various social media platforms featuring Allie herself.
You know what?
She will answer your question.
You know what Josh would say if he was on Billions? And action. Thank you, Mr. Giamatti. It's a character, Josh.
Well, I'm a fine thespian. I think I can handle myself.
All right.
Allie, do we have any letters?
Dear Allie, my boyfriend travels for work and never wants to take me on his trips because he says there's no time to do anything other than work. My friends say this is sus and I should show up unannounced on a trip. Is that a good or bad idea?
It's a terrible idea.
It is bad.
I came to surprise you, not spy on you. It's not because he's doing anything wrong. He's right. As a guy who traveled for work in the corporate world and in the comedic sector,
yes,
he's right. It's not a vacation; it's work. He's not having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I can vouch for this. When I'm on the road with Josh, I mean, between doing the shows, getting some food, him cheating on his girlfriend, he's really busy. There's a lot of other times.
There's a lot to do.
Hey, honey, I forgot my burner phone, baby. Would you bring it along when you...
You don't want the distraction.
Yeah.
Is your
you feel like
focus.
You're in
keep
work
him
mode.
happy.
Everybody knows that a work person, you're different at work than you are at home.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Who knows? Depends what he does.
But there is always some free time. Like if you're a comic, the free time's during the day. If you're a corporate guy, the free time's at night. You guys are putting way too much trust in this guy. I'm suspicious too.
What did he do?
And it depends on where he's going. Like if he's going like these really nice places, why wouldn't he take her? It's a free vacation almost.
And how long
She could
is
get
it
a
gone?
massage while he works.
Right.
What
I
he
know
should
a
do-
lot of men who take their wives on vacation.
Christy has kind of an idea going on here. I think he should take her to the crappiest place he has to go.
Yeah.
Where there's nothing to do and let her suffer.
Exactly.
Well, sit in the room. I've got to go to an all-day webinar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like the Holiday Inn Express in Manhattan, Kansas? Was it everything you'd hoped it'd be, honey?
And next week it's Trenton. So
But we don't know that. He could be going to Vegas.
Even if
could
he
be going to
is.
Hawaii. He could be going to Florida.
Miami.
I traveled a lot for doing sales meetings, and I had to drive a lot. And at night, I had to catch up on my work I missed while I was on the road. And the one time Donnie went with me, I felt obligated to make sure to cram in like touristy stuff
Exactly.
where we were. And it was a lot of pressure on me.
Yes.
But
Thank
I also
you.
wasn't like in Vegas. So.
And it was a bitch on him. He had to find hookers while she was at the seminars, and you got to get him in and out quick.
Strange towns.
Right.
You
And
don't
it
know
was
people.
rural, so there weren't many high, fancy hookers around. So it was stressful for him as well.
Okay, well, I'm not sure we've
So
done
you don't trust this guy?
I don't know that I don't trust him, but I don't know what's wrong with one surprise visit, and then she'll know for certain.
No.
But what would the guy do? Would the guy knows she's spying, obviously, if she shows up.
There's nothing good that happens with the surprise.
Unless you went with your girls and you just happen to be in the same spot at the same time. What's that about? That's crazy
Yep,
fun.
there we
What a
go.
coincidence. And then you can check on what he's doing.
Yeah, no, sweetie. Jackie just wants to have her bachelorette party in Manhattan, Kansas. She just loves it.
Yeah, I hope it's a one-story hotel. So when he pushes Jackie off the roof. Sorry, I think
That took a turn.
let's get to our next letter. I don't think we did any good here.
Dear Allie, my boyfriend wears short pants and white socks. It's embarrassing. How can I make him stop?
Break up with him. Do him a favor, will you?
We were
My
just talking
God.
about
It's embarrassing, she said.
fashion this morning with Tom he was
being castigated. For
yesterday.
not being
by-
a
just
fashion
a
plate.
6 foot tall fashion don't over there.
The guy's
Do
wearing
they still do that in magazines where they put your face in a magazine with that one cross across it?
I don't know. I
Fashion
haven't
don'ts?
picked up a magazine in a long time.
For a long
fashion
time.
do's and don'ts.
Yeah, sure. This guy, maybe he likes to have nice white cotton socks.
Short pants.
Guys can pull it off. Guys can dress
No.
kind of dorky, and it works. It
I-
really does. I think so.
The white socks, I'm a bigger guy. I got bigger ankles. When I wear the white socks, you can see them. It looks like I've got 2 ankle braces on. It's not a good look.
Yeah, maybe you could at least get him to wear the no-seam socks or the
The
at least
no-show?
a
Or just
black. Yeah.
You could also try not being a shallow bitch.
I was going to say, maybe leave this guy alone. He's probably a really great guy.
Yeah.
He's working real hard for a living.
Have you considered that?
He finds himself comfortable in a pair of white
I
socks.
could care less about your thoughts and feelings. I want to know what you look like. Okay?
I'm real embarrassed when my boyfriend walks outside.
Good God.
Break up with him.
Do him a favor.
Yes. God. Next.
Now, Josh, have you ever had a lady friend correct you in the way you dress?
Not that I know of. If they have, they've done it in a good way where maybe they went, hey, I bought you some black socks. Why don't you start wearing those? I think you'll like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's ways to do it, but I don't know. I don't think Look, women know that I'm not about the clothes. I'm about
Hey, Josh,
the thickness.
I bought you. I bought you these. I bought you these nice assless chaps. Of course, all chaps are assless, but I think you should wear these with no underwear, with a tux jacket.
What about having a girlfriend that you were upset with how she dressed? Did you have a girlfriend that was dressing too slutty or too conservative?
Yeah, but I let her wear whatever. Yeah. There were times where, it was like, oh man, we're going to my brother's house for my niece's birthday. You don't have to wear that short of a skirt.
And by the way, you could hang a plant from your nipples. Could we do something about that?
Like a big nipple, Willie?
Oh, sure. Big ones, little ones.
Sorry. Let's get to our next letter. Allie Breen is our guest. ALLIBREEN. You can see Allie on the TV occasionally. You were just on Kennedy last week, right?
Yeah, yes. I've been doing that pretty regularly. It's
Good
a fun
job.
show.
That was fun. You guys played high and low. That was a good time.
Yeah. Her games are always fun. I'm horrible at them, though.
Oh, you lost bad, real bad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was embarrassed for you.
Yes, I did.
I'm surprised we didn't get a letter. Dear Allie,
I
my
know.
girlfriend appears on the Kennedy show and apparently is a jughead. What do I do about this? I'm totally embarrassed.
I've gotten that letter. I just don't read it. That's all.
A real
Dear
jughead?
Allie, my best friend just started a new relationship, and the guy she's dating seems way too flirty with me. I would never do anything with him, so I don't know if it's worth mentioning it or should I just let it go?
I would say sleep with him, see if he's being serious or not.
Yeah, call his bluff.
That sound,
I don't know that I can speak to this, girls.
I feel like he might be trying to overcompensate to make sure you like him.
Yep, that's it.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
But if he starts touching you, that's when it's like, oh, stop with the back rub. I don't need a back rub.
I think
Something
Jessica's
like that.
right. You don't want to get too...
Get your hands off her.
Oh.
You missed a spot.
Yeah, I would need to know how flirty is she?
Yeah.
Or he, rather.
No, this is the problem. When you start dating, you're trying to be nice and meet girls, and then you finally find a nice girl, and then all these other girls show up. And so you're just doing what you know how to do. You're just being nice. You're being sweet. I need to know what he's doing here, but I think this is a non-issue.
And some girls think that if a guy speaks to them, that they're flirting with them.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ego
That's
thing.
true.
Like, oh,
How about
he
if I
asked
do
about
the?
me.
How about if I do the Charlie Chaplin, where
Oh,
I
my
walk out,
goodness.
pretend my name. Oh no, never mind.
Wait.
That's more than flirting. That's
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's borderline sexual assault.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to get in trouble.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't either.
Neither do I.
You know how
I'm
Charlie
making a
Chaplin
demonstration.
used to swing his cane
Cane
around?
in circles.
Holding it right below his waist.
That's what
Oh,
he
it's such a classic.
That's what he says.
So he's insinuating that his
helicopter
schlong
action.
is so big he can spin it around.
That's
No, I'm insinuating that it's you whip it out.
It's got its own zip code.
For her friends.
I don't know.
To
He can
see.
support his own body with it.
Right. I've been
It's
hearing that
almost
for
him
35
hanging
years.
off of it. And that's
Next.
the other way around.
Here's what Sissy likes. What do you think?
Why? Don't name her.
I'm hoping that's her name and not a nickname.
Not a nickname. Yeah.
Yeah.
She calls me Bubby. I call her sister.
I'm sorry. Back to you, Allie. What have you got?
Dear Allie, I'm dating a guy who checks all the boxes. He's literally perfect, very hot, great job, but he has 2 divorces and 4 kids, so he literally has no money. Is it going to drive me crazy watching him hand over everything he has to his past families every month?
Well, then he's not perfect.
Put the
is
kids
he?
to work.
Oh my God.
How close to 18 are they?
Yeah, that's the question.
Sure. Oh my gosh. He has no money.
He checks all the boxes. You're okay.
No, he's
Move
not
on.
perfect if he doesn't have what you want.
He's got what she wants.
Apparently
but he has to
not.
give it all away.
Yes.
He doesn't
According to
have
her,
money.
she can't stand watching him hand over his money to his past
Children.
family, otherwise known by many as paying child support.
That's hilarious.
Being responsible.
Chasing good money after bad.
Taking care of those kids.
My God.
Not being a deadbeat.
Yes.
What a horrible woman.
Well, if you have a kid with him, does it change the money he has to pay them? I don't know how this works.
Oh, if they got married and she made a bunch of money, I think it could, depending on states. All that stuff's crazy.
Oh, God.
Again, how old are these kids? Let's put them to work. They can probably make iPhones. Send them to some Asian country where they.
How big are their hands?
Yeah, they got little hands. They can fit those.
More sound advice.
Those resistors.
Well, if you really love him and he's perfect, you're going to have to live with it because they're not going anywhere.
Come on.
That's not
How
going to
many
change.
divorces?
2.
What a loser, right?
Can't he get it together? Good Lord.
Allie, have you ever been married?
I have never been married. I never plan on getting married.
You ever?
There's a lot of divorce in my family.
Have you ever been with a married man?
I've never been with a married man that I know of. I don't know. Possibly, I guess.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Nothing feels quite as good as wrecking a home. It's a thrilling.
Have you been with a married woman?
No.
Okay.
Well,
driving away, smoking a cigarette, watching their relationship burn.
It's horrible.
Allie, maybe we can help. Let's see if we have one more letter where we can actually be of assistance.
Dear Allie, my boyfriend likes making home movies because he says he can watch them instead of porn when we're not together, which is actually kind of sweet. But now he's filming all the time. When doesn't he just need 1 or 2 to watch? Does he really need new material constantly? Now it's getting annoying.
Well, he's not going to make money if he's just selling the same movie over and over.
Oh, wow.
Yep, those paychecks will stop.
Yeah, his audience, they want new.
Right.
I'll be frank here. When yes, he needs new content. Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
I love Captain America, but I don't want to watch that movie a million times. I want Ant-Man. I want Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have used all dudes for this example.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm
That's
saying
okay.
here.
But yeah, no, he wants new content. He needs it.
Really?
Because I need new content if I'm in a position where I'm sexting with somebody and they're sending videos and pictures.
Perhaps we could get this guy to send those videos to Josh.
There's some good news.
You know, oddly enough, I'm against that. We've talked about this before. If somebody is like, hey, man, this girl sent me this video, let me look at it. Nope, those were not for my eyes. You are going to ruin this for every guy ever. If women find out that there are guys who share those videos, it's going to ruin it.
You're the sweetest man.
Like, I wouldn't look at any of those celebrity dumps or whatever that came out.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different. I don't know. Other than the one with Costa, where that was amazing.
Photo dump. What do they call that?
The fapping
leaks
was a popular.
Oh, you want him to take a leak too?
The hacks.
Jesus,
They're hacks.
you are weird.
You are a sick, twisted.
No, Josh. Josh, you're a fine. He's the one that's sick and twisted.
This show is just.
He's so sick, he might need some help.
Yeah,
Tom,
okay. Allie Breen, Allibre, and Allie, are you working this weekend?
I am. I'm back down in Florida. I'm at the Bonkers in downtown Orlando.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go see Allie live and in person. Thanks, Allie.
Bye, Allie.
Thanks,
Have a safe drive.
Oh, it was a great pleasure. Oh, boy.
Man,
right now.
do not help anybody.
The Bob and Tom Show. The Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You want to be at your best, of course, do great things, but sometimes we get bogged down, feel a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, things are overwhelming right now. There's too much of everything. Maybe working with a therapist can help you. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They've connected more than 3 million people with licensed therapists. The interesting thing about this is it's not 100% online, so it's extraordinarily convenient, secure, and accessible. And maybe giving therapy a try will be very helpful for you. BetterHelp is a great option. Once again, very convenient and entirely online. You can do it with the camera on, camera off. It could be texting back and forth with the therapist, whatever works for you. And by the way, you'll be hooked up with a licensed therapist after filling out a brief questionnaire. And if you want to switch therapists at any time, it can be done for no additional fee. And it's very simple to do that. So live a more empowered life with therapy through BetterHelp. They can help you get there. And the Bob and Tom Show is indeed brought to you by BetterHelp. Visit them today, betterhelp.com/BT Show. Get 10% off that first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT Show. Coming up, we have history, we have birthdays, and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
There are just 3 ways I think I could help this country. I could help fund the war in Iraq. I could help the heightened state of awareness. It could improve the heightened state of awareness program. And then there's an immigration problem. They want to build a wall all the way from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific Ocean. That's a lot of drywall or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever they've been building out of, probably something sturdier than that. They can't figure out a way to fund this war. I came up with a great idea, and it's what we do. I was just down at Cocoa Beach, and just south of Cocoa Beach is a huge Air Force base.
Right.
It takes up 120,000 acres of oceanfront property. They have military housing on the beach. Major Nelson didn't have oceanfront property, and he was an astronaut with a genie, okay? If you got to have oceanfront, join the Navy, that's all I'm saying, and back that base up 15 miles. Let us sell this asset to pay for this war. We can sell it to Israel. They've got a lot of cash. They need a place to stay. That ain't working out for them over there. And it's the only part of Florida they don't already own. And we take the money we make from selling the rest of Florida to Israel. We buy Mexico, fix it up, and flip it.
Yes. Flip this country.
Now, we'll have to send down some painters and landscapers because they're all up here.
A great solution. Ron White helping us solve our problems.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. My name is Mark Allison. So glad to be along with you. And what else would I be doing if I wasn't here, right? Same with you, just tuning in, having a good time on a Wednesday, listening to a little Bob and Tom, a little Allie Breen, also bringing the thunder with the relationship letters. We learn a lot on the Bob and Tom Show. We'll be back to find out what we learned today and a little bit look of history on this Wednesday, January 18th. Something about bad company, perhaps. I don't know. That's what's coming up right here next on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Rafael Nadal says his hip was injured during a second-round loss at the Australian Open in Melbourne to Mackenzie Donald. 6-4, 6-4, 7-5 defeat abruptly ended Nadal's title defense and bid for a record-extending 23rd Grand Slam trophy. From the NFL, Los Angeles Chargers have announced that Brandon Staley will be back for a third season as head coach. However, the same cannot be said for some of his offensive staff. The team on Tuesday announced that offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and quarterbacks coach Shane Day have been fired after just 2 years. NBA winners last night: Milwaukee, San Antonio, Denver, and the Sixers. Top 25 college basketball. Number 1, Houston beats Tulane. Number 13, Kansas State upsets number 2, Kansas. Number 4, Alabama beat Vanderbilt. Number 12, Iowa State over number 7, Texas. Number 9, Tennessee beat Mississippi State. Wake Forest upset number 19, Clemson. And number 21, Baylor beat Texas Tech. And the NHL last night: Minnesota, Montreal, the Flyers, Nashville, and Edmonton all skate to wins in regulation. Toronto and Chicago win in overtime. And Arizona wins in a shootout over the Wings. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom's Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, Rick, you've got your stepdaughter as well. How old is she now? 9?
She's 7.
7.
Is she a dancer? Ooh. 7 and 10. Oh, will you stop? 7. I can't even have. See, I know. I have 2 girls. It's obvious to me I'm being repaid for years and years of sexist behavior, right? This is the tables are turned, and now I'm the sweaty, palpitating dad, the kid at the door, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Schrader, here to pick up my, I like your daughter very much. I own a van. Oh, God. She has the Kama Sutra bookmobile with her. Benoit balls hanging off the rearview mirror. I love poontang painted on the side. Oh, great. I guess I got a few years to relax.
Yeah, you got a few.
Yeah, as long as she's still, eating her boogers.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
We don't know anything about you, Christian. Are you a married guy, single guy?
I am married. I got married this past August. I am one of those lucky men. I'm one of those at-first-sight situations. I met my wife. I looked at her and I said, oh, my God, this is the woman I want to spend the next 4 to 7 years with.
Wow. Wow, that's huge.
That is
Your expectations.
That is an exciting time, isn't it, Christian?
Isn't it sweet?
Yes, it is.
That is lovely. How's it going?
It's not bad. She travels with me a lot, not as often as I like. I love traveling with my wife because every time we go away together, we play this really fun game. It's called, How Is This My Fault?
And the airlines, they tell you all this psychological stuff to make you feel safe. Like every time you get on the plane, they talk about the flotation seat. And they explain it to you. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I want. They got everything just confused like that.
James Gregory is our guest. He's not a flyer, apparently.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Yep.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
There's Jessica Alsman.
Hey.
Ace Cosby is right over there. Howdy. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
It's time to check in with the world of history and enlighten.
January 18th. Today in history. And you are there.
Yeah, this first one is a little bit touchy, frankly. 1778. The way this is written and the text of it reads, Captain James Cook discovers Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Now, so when he discovered it, did he say to the people there, hey, how'd you beat me here? I just discovered this place.
Were there people there?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. They had a king and...
yeah, they had you're right. They had a king and everything.
Anybody interested in an STD? What do you think?
Oh, my.
Okay.
They didn't have a king. Look at those pineapples, huh?
A Pat Godwin question for you. 1964, the Beatles. Their first appearance on the Billboard charts with what song?
I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Very good. Wow.
That originally that song was written. I want to squeeze your boobs. Did you know that?
They had to change it when they were in Germany.
It wasn't Cardi B with WAP or whatever.
Wasn't it Come Give Me Dern Hand or something in German?
Number 9.
Am I correct in saying the Beatles did do a German version of that?
Yeah.
Didn't they do a couple of their tunes in German? Okay. How about this? Happy birthday. To Dr. Daniel Williams, 1858.
Book him, Dano.
What did he do?
He performed the first open heart surgery.
Danny Bills, they call him.
Wow.
I mean, it's important to remember that. I mean,
what year?
He was born in 1858.
Wow.
So that's...
Did he perform
probably
the
in the
first
1900s?
successful open heart surgery?
I tried it.
Doesn't say that. I wonder if the guy that did the first colonoscopy, he doesn't get the glory that this guy gets.
No, he doesn't.
Glory hole.
Yeah, it's a shame.
The first one, didn't they just sketch? They just sketched it, right?
Okay,
There's no camera.
Okay. 1892, happy birthday, Oliver Hardy.
One of the funniest men to ever walk the earth.
Oh,
I love it when he screams. I don't know why, but I do.
Wonderful.
1904, Cary Grant.
Also, I would say one of the funniest men to ever walk the earth.
Dude,
yeah.
A lot of Hitchcock movies.
Sure, but check out...
Handsome man.
Philadelphia Story. He's hysterical in it. Arsenic and Old Lace,
Now, I have an obscure trivia fact about this next guy. I want to see if anybody knows this.
You know Cary Grant's real name, though? You know that trivia?
Yeah, Archie Leach.
Yes, Archie Leach.
Danny Kaye, born in 1911.
Yes.
Famous comedian, the famous rapid song. Do you know what he was also an absolute expert at?
I think I know. Birds?
No.
Was it birds?
No.
No.
Billiards.
You'll never believe it.
What was it?
He was a world-class Chinese chef.
Really?
Studied with the finest Chinese chefs in the world. Totally
Cantonese
serious.
Cuisine?
Yes.
How does he know this stuff?
I never believe it.
It's in fact, they used to call him Lieutenant So. He was so close to General So.
Oh, my God.
Sort of the sous chef.
Wow.
He was the assistant. No, it's in all truth. He was a. He is in some ways responsible for sort of bringing great Chinese food to more people. And I'm totally serious. He was a brilliant cook. Here's an easy one for you. I'll give this to you, Ms. Alsman.
All right.
1933, Ray Dolby born.
Dolby Audio.
That's right. He created the noise reduction system so we can hear rappers curse more clearly.
No, he just come over and goes, hey.
Rappers.
Turn it down.
Yeah, no white guy singing a classic rock song ever said a dirty word, ever.
Oh, you haven't heard all the songs then.
Your contempt for hip-hop is insane.
Time now for things we learned. On the Bob and Tom Show. The Golden State Warriors, Dub Nation is what they say. They stopped by the White House yesterday, celebrating their NBA championship, and that's all the time we have for this round. Josh would like to be a White House press secretary.
I'd love it.
And tell them
no, you wouldn't.
They are all losers. For
hey, you in the dumb sweater. What's that? Why don't you kiss my ass?
Christy Lee, if you're interested, Christy Lee is looking for a hairdresser to come and do her hair every morning if you'd like to.
No, I'm not. You suggested that.
What? I'm sorry.
No.
Your hair looks very nice.
It looks fine.
You don't need to have someone come tend to it.
Straight.
Tom wants to be clear on this. He's only been to Costco once, and that was as a guest.
Yes.
I'm going to join. It sounds like Pat has his great song about Costco. We
I like what Willie said. You probably are a member and don't know it.
I guarantee it.
Think of all the clubs you belong to that you have no idea you're a member
of.
There's a basketball. Tom wants to know where the basketball hoop is at the White House.
Yes.
He will not rest until he finds
we found out it's they wheel it out to the tennis courts.
What he says.
Apparently, President Obama had the basketball lines painted on.
I had a portable basketball hoop stolen when I lived in San Diego. That's an absolute true story. Very depressing.
That is sad.
I do a great Tasmanian devil. That's very right. And I don't know if I can.
No, come on. Really, the people want to hear.
No, I don't want to.
Come on. Oh, that's
and we heard this all morning.
A wonderful treatise on what it is to be young in America.
Is that what it is?
Oh, and you can stay at Donnie Baker's house for a sleepover if you like.
No.
Airbnb.
Yep.
Be careful.
Yeah, watch out. You may find
all right.
Mom Phyllis's panties. Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.